Dude, he can beat me up now because we boxed before. We boxed in my living room a couple years ago, and I won like due to stamina. Like he was beating my ass, and I won because I just outlasted him. He got tired, and I was like, I can keep going. So then, but now, dude, he's like working out and shit, dude. He can kick my ass probably.
Like your theme song for your show?
Yeah, that was the theme song for the show. We have uh Andy douchebag made it.
I hate that guy. He's cool.
Yeah,
I don't talk to him a lot, but he's a pretty chill guy.
yeah, he's pretty funny. I talk to him sometimes. He like hit me up out of nowhere. He's like, "Hey, you need an intro for your show?" And I was like, "Yeah, dude, absolutely." Uh, and then he just whipped that shit up in like a couple hours. And I was like, "All right, dude, like thanks."
Yeah, I didn't know he was doing music too. The other day I saw him share like a post of him, like some song that he made or something.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty good, like a chill beat, kind of like the one that you have right now.
Nice.
Eric, you sound like you're about to say what? You look like you're about to tell me welcome to Buenos Burritos. Who? I said you look like, or you sound like you're about to tell me welcome to Buenos Burritos. I don't know. I don't understand that reference.
He's just being racist. That's all he's doing.
It's a play on Good Burger. Yeah, I don't get it. Yeah, my joke fell flat. I wish we could edit that.
He's just being racist. That's all.
I know. He's always being racist. I think it was Antonio that made that joke one time.
Nah.
Antonio sounds like I don't know. Sounds like a white dude, like a preppy white dude.
Who, me?
No, Antonio.
Oh.
Bro, he's such a fag. Anyways.
Oh my goodness. We're here to talk about the man, the goat, the legend, Steve Ditko. And his legend will live on. He'll be immortalized through the eyes of Spider-Man fans, Doctor Strange fans, and a lot of other characters. There's a whole array of characters he created. Mainly, were like he built the Spider-Man franchise. I don't know, man. Dude is awesome.
Yeah, man. He created a lot of other characters like the Creeper from DC.
Yeah.
Ted Cord, Blue Beetle, the Question, man. Yeah. Yeah.
I have some of his old original Blue Beetle books.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah. They're second printing.
Yeah.
They're second printing, but they're still fucking. They're the old as shit.
Yeah, I think I only have one Ditko book now because I gave one to Eric. Oh yeah, I wish cherish that forever, man. That Man-Bat book. Yeah, dude, that art in there is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I honestly didn't know he ever. I didn't know he worked on any Batman books until you showed me that book. I didn't know that until I had that book. The only one I have now is Strange Tales 130. I only bought it because there's a Beatles reference on the cover. Is that a Doctor Strange book? Or yeah. What was it? Yeah, man, take care of that book. Frame it. Along with that letter.
That letter is so funny. That letter, he's being such a dick. It's funny. Yeah. But it's handwritten. So, man, that's what's good about it. It's handwritten.
Yeah, I was on Twitter and I was looking at all the tweets from people remembering him. And there was one writer that writes the Jughead werewolf book right now. His name's Frank Thierry. And he posted that one time he called Ditko to do some report on him for some book, and Ditko said, "Write whatever you want." And I feel that's Eric and me. That's Eric whenever I try to slide into his DMs.
Well, you're just always all like, I'm bored. Tell me a story. And I'm like, no, I don't want it. Like, what are you talking about? Go away.
Go to sleep, fool. Oh man. For real, me and Eric have had conversations for like hours about Ditko, and I feel now that we're trying to like record this, we're not gonna have anything to say.
No, man, just reminisce on some of your just finest Ditko moments. This is just a free for all discussion, man. I didn't have any topics or anything planned up for it because I didn't think I could plan anything.
Okay, so Eric had a good point one time. He said Ditko probably just has really bad anxiety. I think it was just a little weak.
What?
I can hear you.
What the heck was that?
I heard something coming through the other end.
Yeah. So, what did Eric say?
Go ahead. I've no clue who's trying to talk now.
What?
Wait, who's trying to talk now? I have no clue what's going on.
We're listening to what you were saying.
I finished what I was saying.
Yeah, but I didn't. No one heard it. It would hurt. No one heard it because there was a distraction and there was a technical difficulty.
Okay, this stream sucks. This is why I told you I don't like doing the group ones. What I said was Eric one time had a good point. He told me Ditko probably just has really bad anxiety. I just think he's weird.
Nah, he just probably just didn't care. He was like, I don't really want to. He just probably just wanted to draw and tell stories and shit. He probably just didn't care.
Dude, I don't think I could do that being locked away since the 60s. He was locked away for like over 50 years, just never going to cons, never making any appearances. That'd be so boring.
What are you doing, Eric?
I'm just sitting here listening to you guys. There's something coming out your end and it's annoying me.
It sounds like you're driving, listening to the radio.
No, it's like we have the door open because it's too freaking hot over here. So maybe it's the wind hitting me, making that noise on the mic. I think Eric's trolling us. I think Eric is the best troll. How so?
How so?
I hear people singing, and then you're like, it's just the wind. There's no. Oh yeah, that's the next door. The other room. There's someone bumping some old Mexican music. So
Yeah, that's what that sounds like.
Yeah. Let me go shut that door.
It sounds like you're at a really lit party. I hope.
Alright, is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So what are some of your other finer Ditko moments? I'm scrolling through a lot of pictures and stuff right here, right now.
Probably a lot of the trippy, strange visual, but I don't really have any of those issues in my possession. I've just seen them like around online. It's really cool stuff that I want to track down eventually.
Yeah, dude, this Doctor Strange stuff looks crazy. Like you always send me screenshots all the time. There's this iconic Spider-Man escaping from the rubble that they did that scene in the movie, kind of.
Oh yeah.
There's. Yeah. Oh man, this stuff looks cool. Here's a picture that he did of himself sleeping at the desk. Yeah, dude, he was just man. He just wanted to tell stories, man. I don't think he had really. He probably did have some anxiety, or was just like, or he was just a weird dude, and he didn't care, dude. He just wanted to do his thing.
Yeah, he didn't care much about being in the spotlight. There's so many people talking about how he never even liked to take pictures.
Yeah.
And there's probably like the most recent one is like probably from like 30, 40 years ago, probably. The only recent one I know of, I think, is from like the 60s or so. That one where he's at the desk and he's like kind of looking down. Huh? Yeah, I think I know which one you're talking about. I'm trying to find it on my phone. I share it in the chat. Really? Oh, even when they.
Oh man, he created Hawk and Dove.
Huh?
He created Hawk and Dove. I didn't know that.
I literally said that earlier. Pay attention, Timone. Damn.
Man.
He never does.
I don't. I don't ever pay attention.
You know, something that I noticed, maybe I know probably a lot of people have pointed it out before, but like Steve Ditko kind of looked like his like, you know, his version of Peter Parker. Yeah, he did. They both looked real nerdy and strong.
That's what he was. He was supposed to be nerdy and scrawny though. Like he was. That was his guy, man. We wanted a new superhero that wasn't super buff. That could.
Yeah, that's why Kirby didn't draw him.
Kirby only liked to draw the manly men.
Kirby tried to draw him and it came out like real like handsome and manly.
Yeah. Well, dude, he is handsome. Like when he tries to be.
I want to read some of his he did like mystery comics, like kind of like I don't know, like the Shadow type of stuff, you know. Yeah, dude, this is how petty he was. I in my letter I told him about writing horror comics and wanting to get his like thoughts on it and stuff, and he's all like, I'm only interested in hero comics, and I'm like, but you do horror comics.
Yeah. That's kind of a goofball thing for him to do. When I read that, I was like, what the fuck, dude? He did do mystery and fucking like thrillers and shit, dude. Like what is he talking about in this letter? And it was from 2017, so it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think before he went to Marvel, he was doing like mystery comics. I'm looking at one from like 1957. I share the picture in the chat. It's called Tales of the Mysterious Traveler.
Oh.
I think it was written and drawn by him.
Let me see if I can pull that up on here so everyone can see it. All 10 of us.
It's more like 4, and I'm 3 of them.
Mysterious Traveler.
Yeah. Do you think him and Steranko and Kirby did like acid and shrooms back in the 70s and do all that trippy shit?
Dude, everybody was doing that shit back then.
Okay, I heard people say that Ditko did not, but I think he probably had to, because I mean, there's no way any sane person in the 60s came up with Doctor Strange.
I don't know, because there's a music artist I like that's from back then, Frank Zappa, and he has some of the trippiest sounding music, and he does the craziest live shows, and he even had some wild he had this wild ass DVD that I used to have. It was a concert DVD, but then it shot into like some like claymation footage sometimes, and oh my god, it was insane. And he didn't do any drugs at all. He just smoked cigarettes and drank coffee, dude. He like actually like protested against like drug use and shit in some of his music. So like it's possible that he was just around a lot of trippy people and he was like able to get vibes off that shit, you know.
I don't know. That's a lot different than drawing, though.
I don't know, dude. It's still a part of the whole creative mindset.
But no, I definitely think Storego and all them were on drugs. Yeah, definitely. Especially Steranko. Have you read his Shield art from like the mid 60s? Well, I pretty much know everything about it. I just never read it because it comes up in like every like comic book documentary. Yeah.
And well, you think that scene in Doctor Strange when he's out like, what was in that tea, ayahuasca, mushrooms, or whatever? You think that was just a reference at the stuff that Steve Ditko actually did used to take?
Maybe directly. I think anybody would say that, but I wouldn't doubt it if he did take those drugs.
That was some funny stuff. And let's see. Oh, dude, he's got a time traveler shit right here. Oh, no, never mind. That's mysterious. That's an issue 2 of Mysterious Traveler. That shit looks cool. That shit looks like some mytho, like some like Indiana Jones type shit.
I don't know if he kept up with modern comics, but I think he would have a tantrum if he had read them.
Why do you say that?
Because they've like nerfed all of his creations. I think he would have hated Dan Slott's Spider-Man. I like Dan Slott's Spider-Man, but I think I kind of agree that that Ditko would hate it.
I like Chip Zdarsky's Spider-Man.
Chip Zdarsky is better than Dan Slott. Like a billion times better.
Like I was reading Spider-Man 800, and I was like, dude, I can't read this book. I can pick up any spectacular book and be like, oh yeah, this is pretty great. I don't know.
You guys are gay.
Only a little.
Zdarsky's a good writer. I'm currently reading Marvel 21, the one with him and Torch and the Thing. It's pretty good, man. It's a good book.
Yeah, Nasser's always trying to get me to read those also.
Which issue are you on? I am on issue 3. Okay, I almost spoiled it for you. No, go ahead. Okay. No, I'm not gonna say anything. Is it Fantastic Four returning in one of those books or what? Or I know they're coming back, right? No, there's just a big part. Oh. But I have the annual too, the one where what's his name, Doctor Doom appears. Yeah, but but in issue 7, I think it is. There's like some crazy big plot twist. You'll see when you get there.
What's it at? What's it at right now?
7. 7. I think. Yeah, it's like right under your nose the whole time. Okay.
Man, I might start picking those up since it's still like early into it.
Dude, I told you since like December when number 1 came out.
I know you did. You've been telling me since the beginning, and I was like, maybe. My comic book budget wasn't the same back then. Like I was only picking up a couple things, and now
As soon as I said to get it, you're like, no. And then Eric is like, get it, and then Tim's like, oh, I'll see. I'll probably track them all down.
He didn't say to get it. He just said that he's reading it and he enjoys it. He didn't say to get it.
Get it.
I hear words. I don't hear like implications or like hints or whatever, dude. I just hear what the words are, and then I fucking literal interpretation.
That was gay.
Captain Adam. I think I might have some Captain Adams too.
He created that too? The character?
I
don't know, but I think I know he worked on it. I'm pretty sure I heard that somewhere.
I don't know. It doesn't.
Because I think Captain Adam was part of Charlton Comics, right? Yeah. Charlton for
Nah, he didn't create them, but he like redid them and made them better.
Eric, how's it been going with your question run? Still missing issue 1. I'm missing like 3 books. Issue 1 is one of them, but I don't remember the rest. I forgot. But yeah, I'm almost done. Rip, is number 1 super expensive? No, it's like maybe. I was seeing it on eBay for like $15. You know. Oh. So none of those books are expensive actually. Like I got like most of them for like a quarter at a local comic book store. Yeah, the main book I'm after right now is Spider-Man 300, but I'm also like piss broke. Which one is that one? First Venom. Well, First Venom is like $99, but it's a cameo.
Dude, I have 300.
Yeah, but I don't have like however much you're asking. I don't have it.
I was asking $60, and then Matt, Canadian Matt, was like, "I'll give you 100 whatever for it," and then you're all like, "No, I'll give you even more for it." So that's what happened there. You guys were fucking eBaying my own fucking book.
Yeah, I don't have any of that money. I don't even have 60.
What happened to all that money you got at your graduation party?
Bills?
You were fucking.
Like 25 grand in student loans.
You were making it rain, dude. You were like, "Bitch, look at this. I'm hood rich."
I never said that.
You were popping bottles at the club and shit, dude. I saw you there.
Okay, now your jokes are lame.
Fuck off, dude. Did you know that he created or co-created Shade the Changing Man?
I told you that like months ago. And I said it today while you were recording.
I can't hear everything that's recording because the connection isn't as good, and you don't have Skype. And Skype works so much better.
We should do Skype next time.
Yeah, it works so much better.
And we should be really high also next time so we can like I don't know loosen up.
Well, I'm always high during my show.
I can tell.
That's just what you do.
We should do some like shrooms or something or acid. And sit in the dark room listening to Pink Floyd. Exactly. Nasser knows. Nasser knows what I'm talking about. I know Eric too well by now.
I'd love to sneak some sort of hallucinogenics in a beverage of Nasser's one day.
I could honestly see Eric doing that. I don't think you would.
Oh,
I would never do that to anyone. Except
Except
Eli.
Eli. Dude, Eli grew up, man. He doesn't look like an egg anymore. Last time I saw him, he looked like an egg, and then I come to your graduation party. I was like, man, he grew up, man. He got taller.
He has a beard now, right? Beard now, yeah. How is that possible?
Yeah.
He's like what, 16, 17, or something?
Dude, he's a grown man.
He's He's gonna be 17 in like a week.
Oh, dude, he made the stupid shade the changing man. He didn't make the cool one. Oh no, no, all right. He. I think he helped with the transition of making him cool.
Really? I feel so old too. Speaking of Eli, because like I remember when I was 4 and we brought him home from the hospital. Now he's 17. I am so old, you guys. Is your birthday this month? Yeah, it's on the 11th. The 11th? Wait, how old are you? 20, 21? 21. I'll be 21.
Oh shit. Oh shit. You don't need that fake ID anymore.
You guys say that, but I'm just gonna spend it probably chilling at home. It's also Wednesday, so I'll be at the comic shop. I'm gonna go to the comic shop, go home. That's all I got planned. You should get wasted on the weekend.
Yeah.
Like buy a bottle of vodka or something and just get shit faced with Tim and J-Bags. Nah, they're too far. Or Nico.
Yeah, go party with Nico.
Nico's weird. He never, I don't know. He's never down to hang out. I'm always like, when are we gonna go see Tim? And he's like, soon. Just let me know what day, and I'll tell him the day. And then he'll be like, that day doesn't work for me. Like Nico's weird, man. I think he's a serial killer. Dude, trust me, he's normal in person. It's only online where he like wants
Dude,
to be,
I don't even talk to him online, dude. The only time I ever talk to him is when he comes to town. Like that's literally I don't even talk to him online at all. Cuz he's weird. And he's smarter than me, you know, or just he just starts talking about fucking like socialism and shit, dude. I'm like, dude, I don't care right now. I just want to smoke this weed and fucking like watch some anime.
Wasn't he going to Greece or something to help out some refugees?
Probably he's Greek, so probably.
He wasn't about it. He's all talk. Bitch. How come you guys aren't friends anymore? That's weird. I don't even know what happened. It was just one day in the admin chat, he just was like, "We're not boys anymore," and I was like, "Why are you bringing this up in the admin chat? Shouldn't you message me?" He's like, "I want everybody to know." I was like, "Bruh, what's with like the whole like fake Mean Girls act? Like, I don't know. I really don't know." And then he still kept me added on Facebook, and then he's like, "Why did you like my post?" And I'm like, "Cause like it comes up in my feed." And then like I had seen on one of Timone's posts, he was like talking about me, and I was like, "Why are you talking about me? You're yelling at me for liking your post, but then you go talk about me on people's feed." And then he just like, I don't know. Sometime in the admin chat, I said something about like, cause he said he liked some like silly Billy cartoon, and I was like, maybe it's good if you're a soy boy. And then he freaked out, and he and Janie acted fake offended, and then he and Janie acted so fake offended that they got me kicked from admin. And what is a soy boy?
A soy boy is there's this thing that people interpretate with the soy the protein that soybeans produce. They produce estrogen protein, but so they call people soy boys because they're acting like bitches.
Makes sense. Yeah, which I mean, you look at Tonio, it's no stretch of the imagination.
Dude, just because he's a midget, you don't have to make fun of him.
Bro, it's not because he's a midget, it's because he's gay. Yeah, but that's fucked up how they kicked you out of the admin chat. Like, I scrolled up when I think Janie was recently made admin or something like that. Yes, and like I was reading how everybody was kind of like overreacting. Not sorry for the spoiler thing. Bruh, it's like, dude, when they had said she was gonna get in, I had like a bad feeling about it. I was like, maybe she's grown up, maybe she'll be a normal admin. Bruh, 5 minutes into the admin chat, she's like, you shouldn't even be here. I was like, dude, you just came crawling back over like petty drama in that one in your new group. Like, I don't even know why she was there. They probably all felt sorry for her.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm barely in that. I'm barely checking that shit. All I do is just send memes or call people gay, and that's pretty much it.
Bro, that whole group just, it's dead. Like, there's no reason to stay admin. I was gonna leave soon.
Last year I was posting spoiler threads for like Legion and other shit, and like nobody was commenting except for like maybe Ivan. And I was like, I could just text Ivan. I'm like, hey, what'd you think of Legion? You know?
People only comment in that group for the first like week and a half after a movie, then it's dead.
Yeah.
I was gonna leave soon and try to start my own group with Eric. I don't know.
But it don't have the same people that interact that we interact with in CBSM. You know,
I was thinking we could just make a meme group, like a comics meme group,
like the shit posting group. I mean,
the one I also got kicked from for no reason.
You got kicked from shit posting?
Yeah.
How?
I was arguing with one of the admins. Were you arguing with one of the admins?
No, I was just gone. I was like, what's going on? And then I asked you to have them add me back, and they said no.
Oh yeah, I asked Ricardo because he's the owner of that group, and I don't think I asked him if he's not mad at me, and he just said no. Like I don't like it kind of got a vibe from him that he didn't like you or something, you know.
I don't know, cause like we're not Facebook friends, but we used to be. And when I was like, why doesn't Ricardo like me? I like clicked on our messages. I'm like, did we ever argue? The last thing he sent me was like from 3 years ago. It was like, happy birthday, brother. I'm like, why does this guy hate me?
Damn.
But yeah. So we could start a group like that. I don't know. I don't think it'd be that hard.
I was thinking about adding a lot of you guys to my buddy Chris's group called Nerd Talk with Chris Jones. I added Nasser to it. Huh?
You already invited me to that one.
I know you're in it. I was telling Eric.
6 people in that group.
Huh?
Right? Isn't that the one with like 6 people in that group?
No, there's a lot of there was like a few people in it like a year or so ago when it started, but now there's a lot of people in it now.
Yeah, you can add me if you want, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eric's probably gonna post like 2 memes and never look in there again.
Probably.
So did our old roast group is that gone for good now? It's gone. It's dead. It's deleted.
Eric banned everybody in that group.
All right.
Yeah. That group is better than my love life, man.
Bro, that's because you killed it. Both the group and your love life.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Same though. Same.
It's just also that like the roast group.
I think it was Dalen made one that said that was like less memes, more comics or something. But that
yeah.
I posted.
Is that how I got in that group?
I swear, I was like the only one to post, and then nobody else was posting. And I'm like, well, of course, because most of these dudes just watch the movies. It's just like me and Eric and like maybe 2 others that actually read comics. So I left that group after a while.
Man, yeah, I didn't know who made that group. I always get notifications that like Gad and Darum just fucking commented on a post, and last night I was like, I don't care about what Gad has to say.
He's an idiot. I swear, it's a fake account. He's a fake account, like 100%.
I think he's awesome. I think he's weird, man. I think he's awesome. He was hitting on my cousin Noah for a while, dude. That shit was weird.
someone could be that dumb.
I think he was talking to Ryan or Rye. He messaged him saying that he wanted to make love to him on top of a pizza or some shit. And I was like, how does someone come up with that shit? You know? Like, he's weird, man.
I like it's big.
Was it a pineapple pizza?
I have a screenshot of it. I think, man. Let me look for it. But that was funny. His mom probably saw it. You know, like all his friends and family and shit.
Okay, well, I know that by the cringiness of the first like 20 minutes of this thing that nobody's probably gonna watch it, but if anybody does, my Indiegogo Stardust launches on the 15th.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You guys ready? We're making comics great again.
Making comics great again. That was the title of the last long box. That was good.
So you're making Dollar Store Man Thing and Our Man.
I hate you, Eric, for calling all my
Hey, dude, that is what a lot of people are gonna say though. They're like, dude, this guy looks like Man Thing, or if Man Thing and Vilgax had a baby or something, you know, like.
Yeah, the thing I've heard is Cthulhu. That's the only one I ever heard someone compare it to besides Eric.
What's the name of that character again? The one that looks like nothing?
I'm not telling you.
His name is
Ding Man or something. What's his name, Nasser?
I'm not telling you. His name is PP Thing. PP Thing.
Dude.
You're terrible, Nasser.
The art for it looks fantastic though, dude. Like every time you show me a screenshot of the new updates, I'm like, dude, that shit looks pretty sick, dude. Like that shit looks awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to read it.
I think we're gonna have T-shirts coming soon.
Yeah.
What T-shirts?
Well, there's this website called Crypto.Fashion, and they make a lot of like prints and mugs and shirts and stuff. And I think they have a few different types of shirts. So we're gonna put like the cover on it and stuff.
Why don't you wait until like you print out the comic book and see how successful it is before you invest money in the shirts?
Oh no, the shirts are I'm not investing any money into it. This Crypto Fashion they're licensing it, so like they take the orders and stuff, and you know, if they get enough orders, you know, it'll get made, and then I get like a royalty. And that's pretty much how it's gonna work with them.
Oh, okay.
I'm just waiting on Sean to give me the okay. I was just making sure it's okay with Sean first, or else I'd have signed the contract already.
Yeah. That's pretty cool, man.
Man. You need to have merch. You need to sell merch with my profile picture on it, dude, so people fucking remember who you really are.
That's funny if people actually know your profile picture right now. Don't show anybody. I don't know, man. We got big plans coming.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it.
I'm not gonna be like B. Clay Moore, how he like embezzled $20,000 on Kickstarter.
Really?
Yeah, we talked about this before. I don't know why you're like, really? I mean, like we talked about it like 2 months ago.
Man, dude, I don't remember every single thing. I don't have Asperger's like you do, man. I just don't remember every little thing.
3 years, and it's still like not done, not completed, not anything.
Damn. Oh yeah, dude. You did show me a bunch of that shit. I just didn't remember I don't remember everyone's name, but I remember you telling me about all that stuff. And you were showing me I think you were showing me screenshots and stuff of fucking like these like this is when it started and it still hasn't had anything done or whatever.
Yeah. So we're not gonna declaim more. Like everyone's gonna get it by. I think we set the goal for September.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna have it printed and shipped out by September.
Man, Lucky Shot's been taking an awfully long time for them to finish lettering it.
Our goal is gonna be $2,000. We're gonna aim for $3,000 for a stretch goal.
Sexy.
Yeah, I have a few friends with YouTube channels that are much bigger than this one, and they're gonna have me on to talk about it. So I'm pretty confident we'll hit our goal, but I'm not banking on just being funded from those YouTubers, but it's gonna be a big help.
That's definitely gonna be a big help. That's cool, man. See, you're out there networking strong, man. You're doing a good thing.
Bro, Ethan loves me. Ethan's the GOAT.
How much money did he raise for that cyber fraud?
Bro, 430,000 and counting.
God damn.
Bro, for just one issue, one 48-page issue, that is insane. I'm so happy for him. I'm happy that it's doing so well.
Cyber Frog looks cool, man. That shit just looks weird, and it just looks like a crazy comic book.
Bro, I hope he reprints the 90s ones because it looks fun. It looks fun.
Wait, what's a real thing in the 90s? Cyber Frog?
Yeah, that was his first comic.
Yeah.
And he's working for DC. Ethan's the GOAT, man. Like, nothing touches his Green Lantern work.
Let me see if I can pull up some of his work. God damn it.
Silent.
His current artwork is not that good, though. I was looking at his variants for, what was it, Metal? And no, it just reminds me of, what's his name? Greg Horn?
No, Greg Horn or Greg Land?
Greg Land. That guy. I confuse him. Sorry. But yeah, like, I don't know, they're kind of, I don't know, man, like the arms, the lengths, they look weird to me.
Dude, this shit looks pretty sick, the Green Lantern stuff.
Oh yeah, the stuff that he did with Jeff Johns, yeah, that shit is great. Like, have you read Blackest Night?
No.
Yeah, artwork is pretty cool there.
5 years ago.
That book is a lot older than that. It's like at least 10.
Yeah.
10 years old.
Yeah, I think my cousin had him. So my cousin's a big Green Lantern guy.
Yeah, cousins that read comics, I didn't know that.
He doesn't read many anymore. He only reads like a few nowadays. But like back 5 years ago, when we were both teens, he read a ton too. Now he does.
Is it that Newen guy that I see sometimes on my suggested friends? No. Wasn't he in the CBSM?
Yeah, I think he still is.
Awkward Silence Part 2.
This one looks really cool. Fuck, man. He's getting torn up by all these people with paint on their faces. Is someone typing a script? Was it?
Next Timone show should just be me and Eric talking.
Oh yeah.
We should talk about
Bro, I hate Stanley.
Stan Lee's
I
an
kind of
alright
feel sorry
guy.
for him now.
I don't. I mean, like, he's 94. There's much sad about.
And he was like he helped me out a lot as a kid, man. He was all like anytime I saw Stan Lee just doing his thing, I was all like, man, that dude's the goat, man. He created all the guys, but I didn't know that he at the time when I was a child, I didn't know that he was lying about he was just like co-creator and like and he like it was really the artwork and shit back then that made those characters and put them to life, whatever. Like Stan writing was fantastic. I'm not saying that it wasn't, but like back then, dude, it was the fucking art that made that shit pop. And fucking Kirby and Ditko and others were like the fucking pioneers of that of comics of what we know and love, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, half the time it was the artist writing them back then. Stan was mostly just the dialogue dude.
Yeah. Well,
But even sometimes,
he had the concept. He'd given them the concept. He was like, "Here, I want you put this in the book or whatever." And then they'd be like, "All right." And then they do the thing, and then he'd fill it in with dialogue.
half the time he wouldn't even tell them. Half the time they would just show up with like 22 pages.
Oh wow.
Some people like Kirby. Okay, there's some noise coming out of somebody.
That's
Me, I'm a huge fan.
But some people like Kirby and Ditko would write a lot of that dialogue too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Awkward silence.
I was wondering what that noise was.
Bruh, it's never this awkward when it's just me and Tim, but since Eric's here now, I don't know why it's kind of awkward.
I thought there was gonna be nonstop chit chat, and I thought it was gonna be nonstop jokes and dedication to the boy and fucking Stan Lee's gonna die next year and
That's fucked up. That's funny.
dude, he's been going through so much shit, dude. Like his daughter has been like ruining his life lately, dude, and it's been crazy. Have you seen any of that stuff?
Yeah, I've seen some of that stuff like that, and like they had like a restraining order on someone who pretended to be representing him, and then I think the judge dropped that restraining order, and there's some other shit that's going on about his like his health and stuff, and how he gets forced to do like shows like at cons, like appearances.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's a bunch of shit that's going on with him. That's why I feel sorry for him, you know, because he's like in his early 90s or mid 90s. Like, let that guy rest.
Yeah, dude, let him just do what he wants to do, man. Like, fuck, dude.
I think he's done with like traveling to cons for the most part. Like they already said he's not coming back here to Chicago.
Yeah, he didn't. He's not ever coming back to C2E2. I know that.
Yeah, 2017 year here. They said that's gonna be his last time here ever.
What are you laughing at, Tim?
I don't know what that noise was. It was like hilarious though. It sounds.
Oh, that was him opening the water faucet.
God damn. It sounds so crazy over the simplest sound sounds so crazy over like a speaker.
Alright. I'm just walking around the house. That's all I'm doing. I'm talking to you guys.
I like it.
Yeah.
I forget that you need a fan and like you need.
I'm getting drunk, man. I'm gonna start getting drunk right now, so I'll be more chatty.
Man, absolutely. I've been drinking. I'm in only my second beer, but yeah. That's
I
what.
got whiskey, man. I'll be drunk pretty soon.
Sleep right now.
Oh yeah, nah, sir. I forgot. You got to go to bed.
Babe, you got work tomorrow or what?
A potential job. I got. I'm gonna shadow throw somebody at the college. But I don't need to.
I think you're gonna do great. I think you're gonna learn a lot of fantastic things, and you'll do great. Make sure to bring a pen and a notebook.
Rip. Okay, I'm gonna get out of this call now.
All right.
What? Nasser, come back. No.
All right, Nasser. It was a joy having you, and I hope you do well tomorrow.
Thanks. And I also want to say I'm surprised how awkward this was. I thought this was gonna be like football player.
Man, it's still a good time. Timone show gets awkward sometimes, but it happens in a podcast, man. Like you can watch Joe Rogan, and like it's 4 hours sometimes. Even sometimes they're like, all right, what's next? And then they'll just pull up some shit. You know, like, did you hear about the seagull that ate the ducks? You know, like.
How do you say that? Ope? Is that how you say it?
I don't know. I think it's ope because like everyone, there's all these jokes. Are like, oh man, you're in the Midwest if you say ope, and I've only ever heard someone say it for the first time this year working at a grocery store. Nasser says he says it all the time, but I've hung out with him like at least 5 times. I've never heard him say it, you know. And Jeremy says he hears people say it or he says it all the time. I'm like, I've never heard you say it. I say like oop. Like if I do some shit, I'm like oop. Like maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's oop, but I don't know, man. I think there would be OOP and not OPE.
Right.
Yeah. What do you guys say when you accidentally like bump into someone or you make a quick mistake that you can easily fix?
I just say my bad or shit. That's what I normally say.
Shit. Oh man, I said that at work, dude. I accidentally knocked over some someone's groceries after I had just bagged it, and I like the bag leaned over and like something fell out, and I was like, shit. And one of my bosses was like right there. They just started cracking up. They're like language, and then they started laughing their ass off. But so like, I don't know. It was weird.
Don't you do other stuff too? Like don't you work like at stadium or something?
Yeah.
You like do equipment, like sound equipment or stuff like that.
Yeah, dude, I do that sometimes. I got fired from my local theater and arena on my birthday. I actually told the story on a previous Timone show. Uh, I think I did it. I think it was the one I did with Andy. I'm not sure. I don't know which one it was. I can put a link in the description below for that one. But yeah, I told the whole story about how I lost my job, and but I'm still in the union 'cause it's a union job. So I'm still in the union, and so I still do like out of town work sometimes. But then I started working full time at this grocery store down the street, and
That's good,
and
man.
I'm always too busy. Like I'm always working. Like every time they call me to work, I'm always like, no, I'm at the store. No, I'm on the 4th of July. I missed out on some good holiday pay in Milwaukee. Tear down.
Yeah, so you travel out of state.
Yeah, I was gonna go. We were gonna go to Milwaukee to tear down Summerfest, but I was like, no, I'm working at the store. Fucking, I'm doing 8 hours at the store, and I was like, like if he had called me maybe like 2 hours before I had to be at the store, I maybe would have like, I called in sick. He called me like 40 minutes before I had to be at work, and I'm like, dude, that's not enough time to call in sick for them to find someone else and shit, you know. Like,
you were like, I was on my way to work and I was eating a salmon sandwich and I just had like this weird allergic reaction to it. I can't show up. Should have been with something like that.
Yeah, so like I got holiday pay at the grocery store too, but that was only like like maybe like 12 something, 13 something an hour altogether. And in Milwaukee, I'd have been making like 40 something an hour. So like I would have worked less hours. I would have worked like 5 or 6 hours, but I would have made what I make in a week in one day. So
But the problem with that is that it's not always you don't always get jobs like that, right? It's like
it's just it's on call. It's on call. So you're just sitting around waiting for work. Sometimes you're working all the time. Sometimes you're working every day. But then sometimes you're not working for like a month or two. So like
yeah. How's your hand, man? How's that? I remember you smashed shit and work at work.
yeah. It's pretty it's cool now. It hurts every single day and every second of my life, but like it's just something that I just deal with now. But like I can move it pretty much like 100%. I'd probably say like 95.5. I can move it. So like and I can use it. I can like lift weights and shit still, and like I can do push-ups and do all that, and I can do my job, both my jobs. I can be a cashier at the grocery store. Oh my god, I bang it all the time because like I have to always hand shit off to my left, and it's my left hand that I use, and I'm fucking banging on the fucking like on the like conveyor belt and like all this other shit like all the time, dude. And I'm like because I still got the titanium plates in there that hold it together, and man, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy.
They remove this eventually, or they stay there
The
for
doc,
good?
the doctor, like, told him I want them removed, and he's all, because I was like, dude, they kind of hurt. I don't know if they hurt or it's just like just the whole injury together, but they weird. And there's one part on my index knuckle that like it like sticks out, and you can like see it on my skin or whatever. I can show you a video later if I can record and like with like my chin or something, and so you can actually see it. But it's weird. Uh, Oh my god. Yeah, it's fucking it's I don't know. I got my first settlement offer like about a month and a half ago. Uh they sent me a letter and they said they're going to offer me like $14,000 and some whatever and like, whatever hundred and some change or whatever. But they're like, but we're going to give it to you in the course of like 55 weeks or whatever over like 200 something dollars a week. And I called my lawyer, and I was like, this deal is horseshit, dude. This is like the most terrible deal ever. He just fucking laughed, and he's like, yeah, dude, I agree, dude. We're gonna make those numbers way higher. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about, man. You're the goat, and fucking that's how I talk to my lawyer. I'm like, you my boy, man. He's like some old man.
Like you're the man.
Have my mom bake you some cookies, man. Take tell that insurance company, make them your bitch. That's what I'm fucking. Cause he gets 20% off of what we make, so fucking like it's gonna look better. He's trying to make his money too, So like,
Yeah.
fuck you mean?
Yeah, I hope you get a lot of it, man.
Yeah.
Cause $15,000 for that injury, that's nothing, man.
That's nothing, dude.
Like injuries kind of like that, like from people that I know, like broken arm or legs. Cause I have a few friends that work on construction and they've gotten injuries like that, and they've gotten like maybe the lowest amount of money is probably like 80 grand,
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll easily get somewhere around that amount.
Yeah, dude, 80 grand would be sexy, dude. That would be fucking beautiful.
You gotta spend it on comics and weed.
No, I'd spend a lot of it on getting my own comics printed, dude. I got all these scripts written, and the only thing that's been holding me back has just been paying this artist that I've hired. He's got the first page done of my Strange Adventures #1. I had a contract with him for the first 5 issues to do for 10 grand, but then I, I added more to it because I didn't know that the price that he had didn't include his lettering too. So I was like, well, I'm gonna need you to letter it also. And he's like, well, I gotta charge you a little bit extra for that, dude. I'm sorry. And I'm like, all right, dude. So then I'm like, ugh. I was like 12 grand, and he's all like, that, dude, just fucking. And he's like, that's all right. So for the first 5 issues, for Strange Adventures 1 through 5, it was gonna be 12 grand. And then I think I messaged him like like a month and a half ago. Everything happens a month and a half ago. Uh, I was like, dude, I might even pay you a little bit more, man, since I'm asking you to change a little bit of stuff that we did to the first page, and I'm gonna probably just like be throwing in notes and shit here and there. So I'm like, I might just give you 15 altogether for the first 5. And he's all like, I don't, dude, you keep on fucking raising the price, or you keep on offering me more money, dude. I don't care. Like, just show it to me when you can. I'm like, all right, bro, I got you. And the only thing that's been holding me back is just earning the money and getting it done.
Yeah, and that's like a what, superhero comic or?
Yeah,
What's
I'm
that?
building a whole superhero universe, and it's crazy. I'm one of the characters, and there's a lot of people I know like in real life that are characters. And I'm not changing their name or anything, because I've gotten a lot of people. Like I've asked, and everyone's usually like, pretty okay with it. And
Wiener Man is one of them.
Wienerman, he's not gonna come in for a long time though. Because in the first years, it takes place back in 2001, so we're all still in like high school and shit. We're all freshmen at that time. Like, my character has been possessed by a demon his whole entire life. Not like not a real demon. It's just this dude that became really evil, or like he not really evil. He was just like corrupted or whatever. And he ended up dying, and he was able to transfer his soul like through this gem, and then through the gem he was able to transport it into through other people, and that's he's been like living like that for like his whole life. And when I was a baby, he somehow got that shit into me. And so I'm really not even who I am my whole like throughout. And then when I get introduced in the story, like I'm just Tim Weiner, I'm just a regular dude. And then they'll show Exodus other times or whatever, or because that's the name of the character, and I turn into Exodus and whatever, and I'm like, he's like a ringleader of like these other fucking villains or whatever, like, because they're like mesmerized by him because he can do magic and shit. And they're like, man, maybe we should follow this guy because he's pretty fucking strong or whatever, and he knows like all this like deep history of like the whole entire fucking world because he's been alive since like shortly after fucking like Pangea happened and shit. He's been alive for a long time. And it isn't until graduation day where Exodus is duking it out with his the the person who says that he's the spirit of his twin brother, but he's not. And but he claims to be or whatever, and he ends up getting defeated by him. But he doesn't really get defeated. What happens is like our bodies get separated, and like he just get like his body gets like launched somewhere in like Egypt and shit. And then like I fall to the ground, and he's like cut in half and shit somewhere in Egypt, and he gets like resurrected by some like ancient gods and shit. And then I like a year later, they're like, Exodus is back, and like my door gets kicked in by this like Team Evolution. They're like my version of like Agent like of Shield. They're like Team Evolution like kicks my door in. They're like, we need you. And I'm like, what? They're like, Exodus is back, and fucking you're the only person that has knowledge of him because you were him. And I'm like, dude, I don't even know. So I end up joining them as like an intelligence guy, and I see this suit, and they're like, don't even think about using that suit. It's a prototype and blah blah blah. And I end up stealing the suit, and I'm fucking a hero for a while. I'm going by the name of Red and Black. And they're all, and like, at first they're all like, oh my god, we need to fucking reprimand that boy for his unethical behavior. But like, he just saved like a million lives, whatever. He just did something great, you know, like. So like, they let him be Red and Black and shit for a while, and eventually he's all like, dude, I'm tired of this shit. He ends up stealing like the main pieces of the fucking Red and Black armor or whatever, and he ends up stealing that shit, and he goes fucking rogue or whatever, and he like redesigns it and like builds it up to become the Wiener Man costume or whatever, and he fucking starts fighting crime on like the streets of Chicago or whatever. And and then Jeremy ends up teaming up with Exodus somehow. So then he ends up going like, I end up like training with some fucking ninjas and samurais and shit, dude, and to go so I could go to fucking Kentucky, because Jeremy was living in Kentucky at the time when I was coming up with this story. I had to go down to Kentucky and fucking kill him because he had like this cult, like he was building this really fucking crazy cult. So I had to go and kill him and shit. And man, that's as far as I've gotten.
That's pretty cool. It's a cool concept, man. It sounds like it doesn't sound like Nasser's story. Like Nasser's.
Nasser has a hero in my universe. His name is the Night Phantom. He's pretty dope, dude. He's kind of like a mix between Blade and Morbius.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's a vampire.
He's a vampire, but he's not a real vampire. Like, there was this vampire that bit him, but he's like, I didn't give you my true power. I gave you something different. So he can like walk around in the daylight. And he has to drink vampire blood. He can't drink human blood. He has to drink vampire blood. So like, when he's with he teams up with some people that run an offset. He's friends with the dude that runs Team Evolution, but the dude that runs Team Evolution has its offset lab called Levram Labs or whatever, and he teams up with the people from there, and they help him make synthetic vampire blood and shit that he can drink, and he has like vials of it that he has like in a little fucking pocket in his jacket and shit. So.
I see. That's cool, man. You ever? I think I don't know if it was you or was it what's his name? Jeremy that posted. I think you were working with Jeremy at one time, right? A long time ago.
Yeah.
I think you guys were playing like were sending like screenshots of the scripts.
Maybe I might have been sending because I might have been writing some heat, and I was really excited.
Yeah, let's read those, man. If you ever have a chance to send them.
Oh, dude, I got this one hero, dude. His name is Emerald. His design, like, because at the time I was designing this dude back in like 2003 maybe, and I had just gotten done reading like Amalgam comics or Amalgam comics, whatever, after the Marvel vs. DC shit happened.
Yeah.
So I had just got done reading that stuff, and I was like, dude, I'm gonna fucking Amalgam my own characters. And I did this dude's design was Gambit and Green Lantern. I called him the Emerald. He was fucking sick, dude. He was throwing the cards, and he has a staff, whatever. I have the same design, but now he's more like a Green Lantern Blue Beetle merger, dude. Like, he's kind of fucking OP, but he has the same fucking flaw that Green Lantern has, where the Emerald is like a sentient thing, and it gets tired. It's all like, dude, I'm like, I don't really have enough energy, dude. And it talks to him. It talks to him in his head. like how the Blue Beetle talks to Jaime Reyes and shit, and he'll be like roasting him and shit sometimes, dude. He'll be like in the very first issue, like he's fighting this dude in the middle of the street, and he gets his ass kicked, and then in the second issue, he's telling the police or whatever, and he's talking to the police because they wanted to see what happened or whatever. They were like, and he's just like, dude, I don't even know, dude. Like I was just this car was just speeding down the road, and I just wasn't having it. And everyone's all like, yeah, dude just came out of nowhere. I didn't even, because he was just flying around in his emerald his emerald form, and he saw this van speeding down. He's like, oh, I'm gonna stop that shit. This is my first time to be a hero, dude. This is cool. And he's fucking boom, and he's fighting this dude, Plasmus, and he fucking like Emerald easily takes out the cronies, dude. Like he's and he's just some kid. He doesn't know how to fight at all, but he's got this power where he can just do anything. And he takes out the cronies, but then he fights the main dude, and he gets his ass kicked. And then they just take off. They're like, we got the bank money, bitch, get out of here. And so yeah, in the next issue, he's talking to the police, and then the Emerald is talking to him in his head, like trolling him the whole time. He's like, dude, I sent a shield around us, so to everyone else it looked like you were just in your fucking street clothes and you were fighting off these dudes by yourself. And he's like, why didn't you tell me that earlier? He's like, you didn't ask, you know. And he's like arguing with the Emerald while he's talking to the police, but the police aren't really like, he's not even really listening to him. He's like the cop is talking to him about like, he's like, I had to switch to chewing tobacco because my wife got mad at me smoking and smelling like smoke. So now so he's not even really paying attention with the kid. He's just like has to do it because it's his job to make the report and shit, you know. So yeah, it's funny, and I got this one chick, Super Emu, but she's not an emu or has anything to do with birds or anything. She has electricity powers, but I don't know, she's cool. I got a dude who's
She's a hero.
huh?
She's a villain or she's like a superhero?
She's a hero. I have this one villain. He's based off of the Scream painting. He's called the Lice Maker. His real name is Emilio. Fuck, where's it at? It's Emilio Rodriguez. And but he's based off the Scream painting. These people have Spanish names because they grew up in they grew up in a Spanish classroom. But they're like miniature bug-sized people. They live in this girl's head, and they're always like around just during Spanish class. Because then the hero of the book, Nix Man, his name is Eduardo Ramirez, but they're from a whole different race of people completely. They're from these little tiny race of people that like the dude who looks like the Scream painting. At one point, their race looked exactly like the Nixish, the dude that Nix Man is, or whatever. He kind of looks like Piccolo, but he's yellow. He's got like antennae and fucking. I don't think he has ears. I don't think he has. I forget if he has ears or not. I'm not gonna give him ears, so he'll be different from Piccolo. But he's got the antennae, and what at one point they just sent like all their fucking people, like all the poorest people of their race, whatever. They fucking just like flushed them away and just got rid of them, whatever. And they just had to migrate into this place, and the place they went to, like they like mutated them somehow, and they started changing whatever, and then they waged the war against the higher class because for changing them and mutating them, and they had enhanced strength now, but they were just like looking melted, and they started looking like the Scream painting, but in a more like disgusting way, and so they waged the war and shit on them, and now the Nix Man and the Lice Maker, they're the last two survivors, and Nix Man has no memory of any of it, and lice maker only has like a vague memory. He just knows that the Nixish are fucking scum or whatever, and that his family, the Nix man in particular, or not Nix man in particular, but his family, like his dad or whatever, was like one of the main reasons, or like his grandfather was one of the main reasons that the fucking Nixish like flushed down the fucking other ones. Like it was like his idea or whatever. So there's a lot of crazy shit that's gonna go on in that book.
And you have scripts of those?
I have 4 scripts of Nix Man. It doesn't touch on any of that backstory I told you. I have about 4 scripts of Emerald. I got about 4 of Super Emu. I got 9 of Strange Adventures. I got 4 or 5 of Mystic Quest or Mystic Force. Mystic Force is a book that I'm writing. It takes place in like the days where Exodus has his first resurrection as like this little kid or whatever, and there's these 5 heroes that are supposed to stop him or whatever, but they don't know what they're supposed to do. They just think they're destined to fucking merge back with the floating island that like all these original beings live on. But they don't know exactly what they're supposed to do. And that series is gonna be a long ass series because they're all like little kids right now, and it's gonna expand up until they're adults. So it's gonna be a long series of them. And it's not gonna be like Power Rangers or like Sentai or whatever, where they're for the 5 heroes and they fucking kick ass every issue. Like they're gonna be split up a lot. Like there's only gonna be a few times where all 5 of them are actually always together.
And that takes place like in one era?
It's gonna be like more medieval based, but it's gonna be way before. It's gonna be before that. It's gonna be it's this era that's kind of it. There was this time in my world's history where there's all sorts of forgotten history and a lot of changed history to make people forget about that there was people with heroes or people with powers and fucking there were people that could use magic and all this other shit and that it was real. And so there's like all this like forgotten and altered history and it's gonna like touch on all this stuff and like and Exodus is like one of the only people that actually knows the true history. And who are some others? I have this cool.
Exodus is a bad guy, right?
Kind of. Like he just wants to go back home, but he doesn't know how to do it, and he keeps on going through all sorts of fucking unethical means to fucking try to figure out how. And he hates humans, but he's teaming up with a human right now to uh help him find some things that he needs to find a pathway to get back to the hidden island where his people are. Because he was a dude that like was protecting this fucking like he's from the original Exodus was a group of people called the Mystics, and they used the power of nature to form magic, whatever, and each person was a master of one element, and he was a fire master. His buddy Methodist was an earth master, and they were seeking refuge after this war had happened between them and humans. And they found a way to create a floating island. They used the wind and earth masters to help create this floating island, and they created a portal to get there. And Exodus and Methodist were the guardians of the place. And one day, these half breeds of mystics and humans, which the 5 of them were like, we're destined to fucking merge the place together and reunite the world. And they're like, no, we're not having it. And so and that's when Exodus transferred his soul into the gem, and then transfers his gem from the gem into dude's pregnant wife. But he had twins, or she had twins, and it's only in one of the babies, and one of the babies gets kidnapped and it's Exodus, and he grows up in a slave labor camp.
That's a lot of shit going on, man. It's crazy. Like I like how like there's so many it's just not focused on one guy. It's like focused on like basically everyone, right?
Yeah, there's I have a lot of shit going on. And then yeah, Nasser writes three stories for my universe. He writes a dude called Solenoid. He writes the Night Phantom, and he writes these Nazarene and Visionary. And then he's gonna write. And then, wait, no, he even writes more. He writes this dude called Saturn, but he's writing all three of them, and then he's gonna turn them into a team. And we haven't figured out a team name for him yet. So he's writing a bunch of shit for my universe too. So like we're just waiting for me to get fucking shit started.
Who's doing the artwork? Is it someone from the groups or just someone you came across?
Look up on Facebook, Mark DeCrow. MarcDucro. Look up that dude. That's who I've hired to do my first 5 issues. And I think I'm going to have him do the entirety of Strange Adventures, even though the price increases after issue 5. I might just have him just do the entirety of Strange Adventures, and then just I'll figure out who I'm going to hire after that.
How do you spell the crow? DUCROW?
Yeah. I think I said you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries. Okay, I think I see his. Is it the dude that has the
He's
feature background?
probably, dude. He's got long hair and he's handsome. Fucking he's
Yeah,
Brit.
he looks
He's
like
British.
a rock star.
He's British as fuck. Yeah, dude. Like he's on one of my podcast episodes, dude. He's like this dude's like pro as fuck, dude. He mentioned how Trump stopped him from getting a goddamn work visa out here because he was gonna work with Universal Studios. But he's like, I couldn't get a visa, and he's like, I'm like, why not? He's like, cause fucking Trump. I'm like, I don't know, maybe, but I wouldn't deny it, you know, like, I wouldn't doubt it, you know, fucking. But dude's amazing.
I'm looking at his art, man. It's so good.
Yeah, his art is sick.
His is like it's kind of like I don't know. It's like Ben Oliver and Alex Ross mixed into one kind of.
Yeah, he's.
Have you ever seen Ben Oliver's art before?
No, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Yeah, he mostly posts his artwork on Instagram.
Oh wow. Oh wow, this dude's good.
Yeah.
I want that goblin piece. That's cool.
Yeah, but that is gonna if when you get your book out, it's just gonna be sick, man. The art is I like it. It's good.
Yeah. It's like I still do a lot of the concept art, and then I just send it to other artists, and they make it way better. You know, because like I can draw a little bit, but I can't draw nearly as good as these people that I'd gladly pay them to make it way better.
Doesn't Jeremy draw too also?
Yeah, but he's lazy as fuck, dude, and he's so good. Like I have Jeremy and Craig and Braden and Nasser in my Vernon Avenue Press group chat or whatever, and I was always making fun of Craig and Jeremy, and I was like, dude, you guys are like the dopest artists that I talk to every day, and you guys don't draw at all. And fucking, I'm like, Jeremy's so good, dude. He's probably give you a run for your money, Craig. You know, trying to fucking like get him into a contest. Like, oh yeah, dude, I bet I could draw this, but you know, like trying to fucking egg some shit on. And they're just all like, yeah, dude, yeah, like whatever, yeah, like what. shit happens.
I don't care. Yeah, Craig really talented, man. I remember he started like tracing like certain characters from comics, and yeah, they were pretty good. He was drawing like sketches for people, right?
Yeah.
Like their profile pics.
Yeah.
And yeah, he was doing a really. Actually, he did one for me a long time ago. It was really good, man. Like almost spot on, you know.
Dude, I was talking to him. This was like years ago. I was talking to him. I was like, dude, you need to post a lot of this art on ATG, because I was just like randomly looking through people's pages because I didn't know who anybody was yet. Dude, this is like before I like really knew who anybody was on ATG or like any or Nerd Talk or not Nerd Talk Nerds Gamers and Bears and like CB, like this is before I knew anybody. And like so I was talking to Craig and I was like, hey, dude, you should post this stuff on ATG, like, cause like most of the time when they're not being dicks, they're actually pretty cool, and they'll probably like support your shit or whatever. He's like, yeah, you think so? And I'm like, yeah. And then he posted this shit on artwork, and then he was like on ATG, and he was instantly fucking infamous, dude. Like fucking everyone's like, oh, try me or try this shit or try that, like, and it sucked because I was taught because he was helping me design characters, and now then he had no time for it anymore because everyone was all like, "Oh, I'll pay you to drop and do this and this," and I was like, "Fuck."
Yeah. I remember one time I told him that how come he didn't like he could have he could start like make a Tumblr or an Instagram account, just based off his art. And I think he mentioned that he tried once, but a lot of people were like talking shit because like most of his artwork were basically the same drawings from it was basically a copy of the original artwork, he was just recreating it.
Yeah.
And that's why he stopped, posting them, because a lot of people would like just talk shit about that.
Well, man,
I
there was so many times where I would send him a sketch of like, all right, dude, or like here's what I want, whatever, and then I'd send him some words like what I want changed, whatever. In a motherfucking hour, he would have that shit drawn and colored and fucking completely done. And he'd send it back to me, and I'd be like, "What the fuck? How'd you what? How did you do this so fast in a motherfucking hour?" But then he had his stroke. And he can't draw as fast anymore. But he's still fucking good. He doesn't draw. He does. And now he has a second kid. Also, he's got another baby. So like, he doesn't have time to do shit anymore. Yeah, dude, he had his stroke last year, like a little bit before I broke my hand, dude. Like maybe like a couple months before he broke my hand, dude. Like he was messaging me, dude. He's all like, "Man, dude, like fuck." And then he made it public on Facebook, so I know it's okay to talk about it. He made it public on Facebook, so at first he tells me a lot of shit that like the whole like he'll message me all the time out of nowhere, like, "Hey, guess what? I got a surprise, but don't tell anybody." I'm like, "All right, cool, man. Let me know."
Yeah. I'm glad he's okay, man, because I talked to him a few times, and he seemed like a pretty chill guy.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know why, but I mean, yeah, I never had any issues with him, so it was pretty cool.
He's cool as fuck, man. Like me and him, we used to talk all the time. We used to talk every day, so like we got pretty close. So now like we just hit each other up every once in a while. Like, "Hey man, what's up? How you been?" And like, but we're still the same, dude. Like we'll just rip each other, we'll roast each other, I'll ask about his son. He'll play a voice message of his son talking shit to me, whatever. So like, motherfucking Jack, dude. Like, yeah, so like I don't know, he's cool, man. Like I still want to go out there and visit him. He said I got a place to crash at any time. Like I'm in town, so
Isn't he from the UK?
yeah, he's yeah.
Yeah.
So I want to go out there. I want to visit Mark Ducrow. I want to visit Shannon, and I want to visit Craig. I'd probably be staying at Craig's, you know, like a free babysitter.
Shannon's an awesome dude, man. I don't know if you ever talked to him, but he's a pretty cool dude. I talked to him once. We did a podcast a long ass time ago. It was me, Brandon, Shannon, I think Ivan, and I think Nasser maybe at one time when back then when we used to be all cool with each other. He's a pretty funny dude. He's a pretty funny dude.
Yeah, I've been trying to get him on. I tried to get him on this the episode I had Mark on, where I was like, because I was like, I'm gonna have two crazy Brits on this fucking show or whatever. And because the one I did with Mark, it was a Spider-Man episode too, and Shannon really wanted to be on it, but the time just didn't work out for everyone. So
Yeah, he's a big Spider-Man fan. He reads a shitload of comics.
yeah, I know.
I think like at least I don't know, like at least 30 titles is what he's reading. I mean, he works at a comic book store, right? I think.
I think so. He said he works at an online comic book store.
Oh.
So I don't even know what that means.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember now. He works at Forbidden Planet, so he takes care of like the online orders.
Yeah.
Like that's what he does, I think. And because I remember one time, I don't know if you're familiar with Jock, the comic book artist.
Yeah.
He signed a shitload of copies for that store for a certain variant.
Yeah.
And he told me about it like before it was released. They were gonna make that variant available like for to ship it out worldwide and all that. And he was telling me about it, like where he worked at. So yeah, that's probably the reason why he works. He gets a discount, where he works for the books that he buys. Holy shit, man, that shit is strong. I'm drinking whiskey.
Yeah.
What is it called? And that's just, I'm buzzed.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Man, I'm buying a lot of titles too, and I'm not even reading them all. Like I don't even like I started buy I have a $30 a week comic book budget. Sometimes I exceed it, sometimes I don't. So like, man, and I got so much shit, dude. I got a little bit over a short box of a two read pile. And this shit is crazy, man. I started going crazy. And I was like, well, fuck, now I'm reading this. Now I gotta read this. There's all these cool new indies coming out, but they're only like this 6-issue run, so I'm gonna buy all those. So like, a lot of times it gets crazy. A lot of times it's like, but then like when you're like, all right, but when this series ends, I'll be like, I'll have less shit to buy. But then no, another new series comes out that's gonna be a little short run. You're like, well, I guess I can buy that one now. It sucks.
Yeah, that's how it goes, man.
I'm like a fucking crackhead at the comic book store.
Have you ever read Mr. Miracle by Tom King?
No, but I like Mr. Miracle, dude. I think he's pretty cool, dude. I like the whole I like that whole just universe of DC where like it's Apocalypse and the New Gods and all. I like all that shit, dude. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. There's like a limited series that I think it ended like a few weeks ago. It's 12 issues long, and yeah, it's mainly I think Darkseid takes the anti-life equation. And it basically changes everyone's personality. Like he alters everyone and you know the whole world around Scott and all that, and like it's. I don't know if you ever read any of Tom King's work, but it's kind of depressing, but it's really good. Like even the artwork is really good too.
I don't know if I have read any of his work or not.
Books out there, like you know, it got pretty popular. Like after the first two issues were released.
I don't know if I have read any of his work or not, but I don't read all the credits all the time for all the books unless I like really enjoy it. If it's just like, that was pretty fun, I don't really care. If the art is just like whatever, like I don't really care. So like I don't read all the credits of the books. Like I really like Spectacular Spider-Man, so I know that Chip Zdarsky writes it. But the art is just fine. So I don't know who does the art. You know, like.
Yeah, me neither. I got the annual number 1, and Allred did the artwork. That's one of the main reasons why I picked it up, because I really like Allred's artwork. I don't know if you're familiar with that guy. He did the artwork for the Batman 66 books.
Yeah.
He did that artwork for that, and then he created Madman. I don't know if you're familiar with that guy.
Madman?
Yeah, Madman.
Madman? I don't know. Let me see. No, they're just showing up images of Madman. Comic. No, I don't know this dude at all, but he looks cool.
Yeah. His artwork's pretty sick. He's kind of like his artwork is, I think, to me, it is kind of similar to Kirby's artwork.
Man.
He even does the crackle, the Kirby crackles. He even does them on some books.
Nice. Wow, dude, yeah, this shit is cool, man. I wish I got into Madman. Hey, did you hear that there's gonna be a Batman versus the Max coming out either later this year or early next year?
The Max. I heard of the Max. That's I think Vertigo.
I think he was Image, but now it's gonna be published by IDW.
Okay.
So it's gonna be like another like Batman Ninja Turtles crossover, but it's gonna be the Max instead. If you don't know anything, the only thing I know about the Max is the MTV cartoon that they had back in the day in the 90s. If you haven't seen that show, it's like about like 6 episodes long. Check that shit out, dude. It's fucking dope. Yeah, it's really good. It's really good, dude. The Max, he's this big purple dude. He's got like these yellow fucking spikes coming out of his hands or whatever. But then there's like sometimes where he like takes off his costume or whatever, and he's like this fat homeless guy. It's weird. It's weird, dude. Like, and then sometimes he's like in this fantasy land, like it's like a safari or whatever, and he's hanging out with the Jungle Queen or whatever. But then like in the city version, like the Jungle Queen's just like this old. She's not old. She's just like this trashy, scantily clad, dressed young lady. That she's like some sort of like social worker or something. I forget what exactly she is, but she has like a really shitty job. She can barely pay the rent or whatever. But in the fantasy world, dude, she's like the Jungle Queen or whatever, and she's like her and the Max fucking just like swing around fucking vines and fucking kick it all day and fight against little like monsters and shit, saving the world. And it's so weird, dude. They get a lot of shit done in these 6 episodes, 6 half-hour episodes of.
Yeah, I'm reading the article, and the artwork looks really good.
It's the Oracle, like the wheelchair Batwoman or Batgirl.
Okay. No, I'm reading the article.
Oh, the article.
About the series being published.
Yeah.
It says it's going to be Batman, the Max Arkham Dreams.
Yeah, he's gonna, like, the Max is gonna be in Arkham. He's gonna, and it makes a lot of sense because dude's fucking loony.
Yeah, it says, when a devious new doctor at Arkham Asylum conducts conventional forays into the human psyche, he kicks off a disastrous chain reaction by experimenting on Arkham's newest patient, the Max. The city of Gotham soon begins to merge with the Outback, the Max psychedelic mental landscape.
Yeah.
And it's up to Batman to save Gotham and all of reality, but only joining the Max on a trip into the darkest depths imaginable, the twisted minds of Batman's greatest enemies. Oh, that sounds pretty cool, man. I'm reading that for sure.
Yeah, I think it's really short too, like a 5 or 6 issue run. So like, yeah, that sounds awesome. I didn't even know it was gonna have all that, dude. So now everyone's in the Safari Land and shit, dude. Oh my god, it's gonna be crazy. Anything goes in the Safari Land.
It says that it ran for 35 issues in like 5 years. Damn.
Yeah, they're on like some Berserk type shit where like most mangas are out every fucking week. They're pumping that shit out. Berserk has like a new issue like every couple of years.
It's kind of like that one book. Fuck, I forgot what it's called. It's like a little. I don't know if you remember. It's like this. Like Rhino. Like this. Like cartoon Rhino. That would like dress up as like certain character. It's more like it's more like satire. I forget his name, but
It sounds familiar. It sounds familiar.
And it started like from the 80s or 90s, I think, and it's like less than, it's like about 30-something issues out, you know, and they released like 30-something issues out in a span of, I don't know, 15 years.
Okay.
But yeah, it reminds me of that.
Man, have you been reading any of these new Rocko's Modern Life comics? They're 6 issues in right now, dude. They're fucking fire.
The what?
Rocko's Modern Life.
Never heard of those. What are those about?
Are you kidding me? You never watched the Nicktoon Rocko's Modern Life?
No, I was never a Nicktoon guy. I was more of a Cartoon Network guy.
Oh, dude, well, where I grew up when we had cable, we didn't have Cartoon Network and shit right away, dude. We had Nickelodeon, MTV, like TNT, USA. USA was dope, dude. They had the Savage Dragon cartoon and like the Mortal Kombat cartoon and the fucking Street Fighter cartoon. They had that shit going on, man. That was awesome. And but dude, it wasn't until about maybe like 1999 or so that we didn't get the WB, Cartoon Network, and like a whole bunch of other shit, dude. So like, yeah, so I was a Nicktoons kid, dude, and there was a show, Rocko's Modern Life. It's about a wallaby that dude, this is so crazy. I gotta explain Rocko's Modern Life to you. This is fucked up. I'm pretty sure you're trolling me, but
No.
it's about a wallaby, dude. He works at a comic book store, and his boss is like a toad. I forget what his boss is. Everybody's a different animal, and his best friend is a turtle named Filbert, and a cow that was raised by wolves named Heifer, and but it's not like being raised by wolves like if I was raised by wolves, like I'd be like a fucking savage, fucking like the kid from the Jungle Book or what, you know, like shit like that. It's like they're fucking anthropomorphic wolves. So it's just like he thinks he's a wolf, but he's a cow, and everybody knows he's a cow, but they play along with his fucking delusion or self-identification, as they'd probably try to pass it off nowadays. uh,
I'm googling images and I've seen those characters, but I never knew where they were from. And I recognize that the yellow dude, the chubby dude with the
that's Heifer. That's Heifer, dude. He's the cow that's raised by wolves. And then I don't like it's crazy, dude. They hang out, they do their antics, whatever. But the shit's like real life. Like one of the best episodes that stands out to me is Rocco's TV starts to shit out. So then him and Filbert and Heifer, they drive to the mall, and it's impossible to find a parking space. So they're driving to the mall, they can't find a parking space. They finally find a parking space up they're like at the like this. There's this parking ramp. It's like 100 stories fucking tall. They find the fucking space at the very top of the parking ramp. Fucking. So then they go back. They go to the mall. They're shopping at the mall, and Rocco finds this TV that he likes, and he's all like, "Yeah, all right, yeah, the Mr. Sensible," but he's dealing with like these like this robot fucking like computer screen or whatever. Like, please select the TV that you'd like to purchase, and he's all like, "All right, dude, fucking that's the one, the Mr. Sensible." And then they're like, "You selected the Granddaddy Big Master fucking Jumbo Box or whatever." He's like, "No, I didn't. I selected the Mr. Sensible, Mr. fucking Sensible." He's throwing a fit, dude. So he ends up getting this fucking. Like, do you want to take it home or you want it delivered? He's like, well, I'm gonna take it home. You selected delivery. And like this is in the 90s, dude. This is when like, and I'm like, they didn't even have that technology back then, but that's how like those like chip readers and the fucking shit. Like, I'm a cashier at a grocery store, and it's all like, do you want cash back? And everyone sits no, and it's like, how much cash back do you want? They're like, I said no. What the fuck? Yeah, so then he has this big ass dumbass fucking TV at his house and shit now, and they go blind and whatever, dude, because it's so fucking huge, and they have to sit so close to his house isn't that big to have that big ass fucking theater sized TV. He had it fully upgraded with all the speakers and everything. Oh my god, it was so that's one of the like, so they tackled subjects like that, dude. It was like real life shit, but they were all just animal creatures. And the comic does the same thing. So the comic starts out he works at a like he's like a telemarketer or he works at some sort of phone place like that. And he's like, dude, this job just fucking sucks. It doesn't pay enough, whatever. Uh my bills are due. I can't pay him. I need to take in a roommate. So he takes in this roommate. It's this dude. He's a sloth, and he just all this dude does is party. But he pays the rent, and he pays the bills, and he gets shit done. But he's a fucking slob, and he keeps Rocco up. Rocco's fucking trying to sleep and like get ready for job interviews and shit, and like 'cause he's trying to find a new job. And like, and this new roommate that he has is like keeping him up and just fucking with his, and he's all like, dude, and he's like, come on, Rocco, then just chill, dude, have a beer or whatever. And like, like, I don't know if he offers him a beer because it's in the kids section at my comic book store, and it's a Nickelodeon fucking book. So like, I don't think he offers him a beer, but he's all like, come on, dude, just chill, whatever. The dude's always just partying. He set up a fucking like water slide and shit in the front yard, and like, the fucking neighbors, they're called the Big Heads. They're toads. It's Ed and Bev Bighead. Bev is always like flirting with Rocco and shit, like, hey Rocco. She has that voice like she smokes cigarettes like every fucking hour. Like, hey Rocco, what's going on? Hey. So then, like in the latest issues, Ed Bighead, like he hates Rocco. He's like, you fucking piece of shit, dude. Why don't you just leave the neighborhood, dude? I fucking hate you. They're next door neighbors, so he's always dealing with fucking Ed's banter of fucking just hating him, and he's just like a young dude just trying to get by in life, like.
That sounds too, I don't know, deep for like a kids show, huh?
Huh? No, but now Ed Bighead, he's teaming up with Rocco now. He's like, I think Bev is leaving. I think she's cheating on me. I think she's leaving me. And so now he's been teaming up with he's been partying with Heifer and Rocco. It's like getting like I think they were drinking and doing drugs because in the very next issue, Ed Bighead is on his roof naked. So like, what the fuck is going on in this shit, dude? So.
Yeah, I found a screenshot. I found a picture of the characters. I see the turtles you're talking about.
Yeah, and then the turtle dude, Filbert, he ends up marrying in the cartoon. He ends up marrying this cat lady. She's a dentist and she has a like a hook hand, and then they have babies, and they're fucking. It's like all the girls are cats and all the boys are turtles. It's weird. It's weird as fuck.
And that's a kid's show, you say?
Yeah.
Damn.
At first, I thought you were saying it sounds too much like a kids show, but this was a kids show in the '90s. This played back to back with Rugrats.
They're just too. I gotta see that show now.
Oh my god, you gotta see it, dude. Or just pick up. There's 6 issues of the book, man. Pick up the comics, man. You'll get a joy out of it. They're rebooting the show too. They did a video earlier this year talking about Rocco's getting a reboot, and I'm like, dude, that's a reboot I'd like to see, dude. See what they're like, how they tackle modern times, and see if they can predict more futures.
When they predicted, what's that on Netflix? Damn. Is it on Netflix? It's not on Hulu, is it?
I don't know if it's on Hulu. I illegally stream everything off of F movies, so. That's how I watch. Huh?
What do you use to stream?
fmovies.se.
Okay.
That's how I watch all of Luke Cage, and I love that shit. God damn.
It's a good show, man. It's probably the best Netflix show.
That and The Punisher.
Marvel related.
I always forget about The Punisher because you just do. But when you do think about like Punisher was goddamn dynamic. But Luke Cage, out of like the whole Defender squad, dude, his show was the best. Absolutely. But
the most boring one was Jessica Jones. I fell asleep like through season 2. Like literally, I fell asleep watching that. And
I haven't even watched it. I watched the first episode and I really enjoyed it. And I was like, all right, dude, this is probably going to be better than season 1. But then season 1 had motherfucking Purple Man in it, and he was like entertaining every time he was in it. Even though half of his performance was just like Jessica, and but either way, he was fucking killing that shit. And like, I'm not trying to hate on Kristen Ritter. I just don't think, or that's who she is, right? Kristen Ritter. I'm not trying to hate on her. I just don't think that like she like gives a fuck. I know that's part of like the Jessica Jones character, I guess. But like, it's just like I don't know. Like I liked her a lot in Breaking Bad, and I like her a lot in Don't Trust the Bitch in the Apartment 23, and so I don't know. Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah, I think it's part of the reason why I liked the first season was probably because Purple Man was so entertaining, like you said, and And also, Luke Cage was it was cool seeing him in that show too.
Yeah, they premiered Luke Cage, and they're like, oh shit, we're gonna get Luke Cage. Oh man, that made that shit exciting. Yeah. And they did the Wizard. They did the Wizard bogus as hell in Jessica Jones season 2. Like, the Wizard was that fat dude that could run really fast. But in the comic books, I don't really know what he could do in the comic books, but I remember him from the '90s Spider-Man cartoon where he was like this old dude, like he was like the Flash or whatever. Like he had a team with like Captain America. They were like this like old school Avengers back in like the World War II days. So like when Spider-Man runs into them, they're all old as fuck, and they're like, "Oh my god, I don't even remember how I fucking got here." And but the Wizard was always really cool, dude. He's all because he was still fast as fuck. He's like, I might break an ankle, but I can so fucking outrun your old bitch ass. You know, like he was fucking cool. He was cool as hell, and but they did him bogus as hell, dude. Like he's this fat young dude, and he's all like, they're on me, and I can run fast. And they're like, all right, then show it. I can only do it when I'm scared. And we're like, oh my god. So then he's running fast as hell. Like, I think it's in the second episode. And then, like, all this rubble and shit falls on him. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, instantly dead. Hold on. Your sound is Eric, you're muffling. I can't hear anything you're saying. It just sounds like peanuts.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm googling his images, and yeah, I don't think I've ever seen him in a comic.
Who? The Wizard?
The Wizard?
Yeah. Are they just showing like Jessica Jones in the Spider-Man cartoon?
No, I've never seen him. Or I don't remember seeing him.
Let me see.
It's ridiculous, that yellow with the
Yeah.
blue underwear.
Now I found some comics of him on there.
Yeah, so he was apparently in the Invaders with Cap and Bucky and the original Human Torch.
Yeah, they show him right here that says all winners. But in the Spider-Man cartoon, they were basically like a fucking like a precursor to the Avengers. There's like a whole shitload of them. I have this clip right here or not this clip, but this image right here I pulled up from the Spider-Man cartoon where they're all standing there together, and everyone else is all old as fuck. You can see they're all old as fuck. And Captain America has been stuck in the Spider-Man cartoon. Captain America and Red Skull have been fighting in eternity in this time vortex. So then they get rescued from this time vortex, and they're the same age. That's what happened in the Spider-Man cartoon. They didn't rescue him from whatchamacallit, iceberg. Right here they have a picture of what's the original Flash? Jay Garrick. They have Jay Garrick standing next to Wizard. But they have a really cool picture of Jay Garrick and a really fucking lame picture of the Wizard. So it doesn't look good at all. It makes fucking like, yeah, I'm gonna think the Flash is fucking better. You know the Flash is better than any Marvel speedster. Like, that's just gonna be hands down because they just overpowered the Flash. But I'm sure Quicksilver was better than the Wizard too. So not any movie version. Even though Fox Quicksilver's pretty cool. Yeah, I got a picture of Jessica Jones Wizard right here, dude. He wears a yellow hoodie. That's the only thing that makes him the Wizard is he wears a yellow hoodie.
It says with great power comes great mental illness. Did he really say that in the show?
I think so, dude. I don't. I think so, dude. And there's some cringe shit that happened. There's like, yeah, there's like they don't try hard with Jessica Jones, or like maybe they try too hard and it comes out bad. But like Luke Cage season two, the episode with Danny Rand what it was like amazing. I was all like, dude, fucking, I don't really care to see Iron Fist in this shit. 'Cause I knew he was gonna pop up, but I was like, I'm really not looking forward to the Iron Fist episode. But that one was one of the best ones of the season, and I was like, fuck yeah, dude, that shit was fucking good. Like they really developed his character to where he's not a shithead anymore. He can turn on the Iron Fist whenever the fuck he wants now. DW was all like, holy shit, holy shit, dude, he just whipped that motherfucker out in the middle of the barbershop. Dude, like,
Yeah, I like this version of Iron Fist better. Like he's more accurate to the comic. He's like more calm, more wise, and yeah, I like seeing this version. I hope they keep him like this for the next season.
oh my god, dude, the next season for Iron Fist, oh, I have a feeling it's gonna be good, dude. Like, because they developed Colleen Wing a little bit more too, to where like even though she was awesome throughout the whole Iron Fist, dude, like but you like they had that whole fucking like that traitor, like she was working with the hand backstory bullshit. And I was like, oh my god, this is kind of gay. But uh just I want to see them two have their dynamic together and just see how well they kick ass together. Maybe Luke Cage pops up in that one a couple times, and so then they can start working on Heroes for Hire. Because even DW was all like, because I don't know if Luke Cage will though, because he's sitting on top of the fucking perch now, dude. He's looking like he's gonna be like a crime boss and shit, dude. And like it's gonna take fucking Danny Rand to come in again in season 3 of Luke Cage and check his ass. And like I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably what'll happen. That he's gonna come and like probably like end up fighting him, trying to get through to him.
Yeah.
And they're probably gonna like make Cures for Hire and make that club their base of operations or some shit.
Because hopefully at the end of season 2 of Iron Fist, dude, he can use two iron. He can use them both instead of just one. You know, like because when they showed that one dude in the Iron Fist season 1, that dude was using two Iron Fists and he was kicking ass. And like, why can't Danny Rand do that shit, dude? What the fuck? I'm excited. I'm excited to see it. Yeah, dude, you gotta smoke some weed too on my show, dude. That's what we do around here.
I'm gonna do that next time. We're gonna be fucking. Right now I'm a little buzzed, but yeah, next time we're gonna be lit for sure. We should have Jake next time.
I have Jake on my show all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude, him and Tonio. I have a group chat with him and Tonio and my friend Luna. That I added Luna into CBSM, and she's been fucking causing a lot of heat in there sometimes. Like, cause I just like calling people fucking like uh I don't know, like calling like she'll insult people, but she'll use like the funniest words. Like I can't think of an example right now. But like she'll like someone was talking shit about something, and she had this comment on there, and it just got people riled up, and it wasn't even bad. And like I was even defending her. I was all like, dude, like this, like I don't defend a lot of people. I don't even really care to internet that much. Like I'll message people in the chats and stuff, and like that's about it. And I'm just on YouTube all day. But But then I was starting to read the shit because she posted the shit in the group chat. Like, dude, look at this shit that's going on in here, and I didn't realize it was going on in CBSM. And so then I fucking finally I found the shit the next day. It was going on the 4th, and then Ivan eventually deleted it on the 5th or like the night of the 7th or the 6th or whatever, because he was like, dude, this shit's getting crazy.
Who are you talking about? What girl?
Luna Cho.
Luna Cho.
She's fucking awesome, dude. Her profile picture is a self portrait of herself, obviously of herself.
She's in CBSM, you say?
Huh?
She's in CBSM?
Yeah. But like,
Okay.
how how she'll attack some people is just like she'll just ask a question, and then like everyone will get mad, like, and it's so funny. Like, I don't know, man. Like, she has some beliefs that I don't agree with, and I'll fight with her and stuff on that. And that's what I do, man. I'm a true friend. If I don't agree with you, I'll let you know, but we'll still be friends. We'll still be able to kick it, like I'm not gonna just be all like, oh no, I like you, you're right, you know. That shit's wrong. We don't do that in America.
That's the girl with the purple hair, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see her. She's talking about Star Wars.
That's what I think it was. I think it was some Star Wars. No, maybe it might have been some Star Wars shit. But there was this whole post that Ivan just ended up just deleting the whole thread. Are you an admin in CBSM?
Yeah.
So can you look up old shit that's been deleted?
I think so. Let me see if I can.
That shit's crazy. Do 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 do. What the fuck is this Deadpool shit? Deadpool kicking Bucky and Wizards and this other dude's ass. Kind of looks like Kazar.
Yeah, I don't see any. I just see her commenting on some posts. That's all I see.
She's a good kid. I wanted to add her into a fucking group that wasn't full of hate. But I don't know what really CBSM is anymore. It's like out of the three, like out of ATG, CBSM, and what nerd, I like that one's the best. But like I don't know.
Yeah, that's ATG mainly because of Brandon, man. He's kind of it's always an argument with him. You can never win an argument with him because he's always right.
Dude, and he deleted me. He deleted me because I said something. He was commenting on one of my posts, and we were having a little bit of back and forth. And then I said something. It was a post about suicide, and then I said something that got him really fucking mad. Like, cause I had like a sort of like pro-choice argument towards suicide over like I'm like, dude, if someone's gone through all the help and like they really just think enough is enough anymore, dude. Who am I to say that they can't fucking do it, Like, and then he got really fucking mad. He got really mad, dude. Now, like, he's like, you just think anybody should just go and just kill themselves? I'm like, no, that's not what I'm saying at all, dude. I don't think anybody should kill themselves, but I'm just saying, dude, if they really think, dude, like they just like don't want to be here anymore, dude, like what? Who am I to stop them, dude? Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, if they've gone through the help, I've talked to them. They talked to the therapy. They've gone on the medication. They've done all the stuff or whatever. And they're saying enough is enough. Whatever. I don't need to be here. You know, like whatever. Like I'm fine. Like then all right, dude. Then like just be safe on your journey, man. I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. Like, and like, he just got really mad about it. He's all like, they don't know how many times I've helped Janie through stuff, and I'm like, well, good. Then you helped save a life. That's cool, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying like, if that shit isn't enough, then fuck, dude. I don't know, man. Like, and I was like on his side with some shit. He's like, you're just trying to pedal your way out of a hole that you've dug way too big, and all this shit. And I'm like, I don't care what you gotta say, dude. Like you're not. He wasn't trying to say anything to help like prove me wrong or like sway my beliefs into like a whole other way. Like he like because anything he said like it was just like him trying like because then I was talking about selfish selfism where people just do like go out of their way to do selfless things but then they like to like hero coat themselves on the internet like oh today I just helped like every old lady in America across the street like dude like nobody get like so there's all that type of shit where people try to like just showboat their fucking daily heroism or whatever. I'm like, no, if you really cared about the shit that you're doing, you wouldn't like brag about it or like whatever. Like, I just saved like a whole children's hospital today. Like, so what? Who gives a fuck, dude? Like, that's cool that you did it, and I'd rather hear about it on the news than fucking straight from the source and be all like, yeah, and like, unless it was like in an interview or whatever. But like, I don't need to hear him doing it shit on social media. Like, I just did everything. And, like, there's all that shit, and he's like, you're talking nonsense. You're like, none of that shit exists. People don't do that. And I'm like, yeah, they fucking do. Yeah, they do it all the fucking time. Get the fuck out of here.
I see it a lot on my timeline.
Yeah, you see it every fucking day, and like.
I just give this homeless man some money or give him some food or some shit like that. I see that a lot.
Yeah. Like nobody cares. Nobody cares. Like that's cool that you did it. Like I you get your applause and shit, but like I don't like cool, man. Like I used to have a homeless dude living in my backyard. Like you probably heard about it or whatever, because like I used to like they used to like actually kick it with him, and we were buddies and whatever, dude. I had a homeless dude living in my backyard, and he was cool as fuck. He had a tent and shit, and like he was awesome. And like you guys probably heard a lot about it in some of the old group chats or whatever. So like, but I wasn't like out there like bragging like I'm holding a homeless shelter in my fucking sanctuary and fucking we're doing all this shit, you know. Like, but he was just cool as fuck. He was a cool guy to have around, man. He kept my yard safe, dude. Like if because at the time I was on the road and shit. Sometimes I was gone a lot, and so he kept my yard safe. He made sure nobody fucking like I could have whatever I wanted out in my yard, dude. And Billy Ray was always around, like either at the fire pit or on my porch or doing whatever. Like I told him when I wasn't gonna be home, so he'd be able to fucking sit around, make sure nothing on my porch would get stolen. So I had like a whole bar and like bar stools and stuff out there, and so he'd make sure nothing would get stolen. And then as soon as I move out of that house, my brother moved in. My brother moved in, and then I moved out like a couple months later because I broke my hand or whatever. Moved back to my parents' house, and then my brother kicks out Billy Ray. He kicks out fucking Billy Ray, and then shit starts getting stolen off the porch. And I'm like, you dumb motherfucker, dude. Like, why'd you fucking kick out Billy Ray?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. What the fuck, dude? Like the dude is awesome. The only thing he'd ever ask for is like like he's like, hey, can you charge my phone and you're inside for a little bit? I'm like, hell yeah, dude, absolutely. That's all he would ask for, dude. Like, Yeah, so then Brandon deleted me off of all that fucking this whole suicide argument or whatever that he didn't agree with. And he's like, he said but it was he's like, I want nothing to do with you ever. And I was like, damn. So then like I started liking all his shit on fucking ATG, like
Spamming him and shit. I deleted him because I was when he was making political posts. I noticed he was kind of he said he was a racist. I deleted him and Frank because of that. Him and that Daniel guy, what's his name, Bazan.
Oh, dude, I hate Daniel Bazan, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, fuck that guy. I hate that guy. He was friends with my cousin, and I think he was well, she told me that he wanted to get with her, and he was kind of like annoying about it. Like he got like he started sending her dick pics and stuff like that.
Dude, I heard about that. I heard about that because I sent a picture in one of the group chats. I was like, why is this cuck always fucking popping up in my recommended friends? And then I think your cousin was in the group chat and she was talking about that, dude. Like,
yeah. He's a weird dude.
Oh my god. That's so That's so funny, dude. I never liked that dude at all. Like that dude was super racist and like pro fucking police brutality and all this other shit, dude. I'm like, yeah, fuck.
Yeah, for sure. He would be defending cops and I think at one point I don't know if you remember there was this video of this Nazi guy getting punched or something, and him and Frank were defending him. And how can you defend a fucking Nazi like?
Yeah.
Like, especially you, Daniel, since you're Mexican. You're 100% Mexican. Like, what the fuck, man? Like, yeah, man, I deleted those dudes, man.
It's just like Nasser when he's being racist, dude, because he is sometimes, dude. He's fucking Arabic and he'll be racist as fuck, like, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, he's white.
Oh my god. I can't hang out with racist white people, man. They make me uncomfortable. It's fucking. I had this joke. I do stand up comedy now, and I did this joke, dude. Did you want to hear it?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, dude. All right. So white people. This is a message, all you white people out there, and you can take it from me because I'm also a white people along with you. So just follow my advice here. Stop trying to defend yourself when you're getting accused of being a racist. Just stop it. Don't, because every time you try to defend yourself, you just end up sounding more racist. Like, what do you mean I'm racist? I have a Jewish accountant. Or, what do you mean I'm racist? I had a Hispanic roommate in college. What do you mean I'm racist? I refuse to go to the neighborhood Klan meetings. I'm definitely not fucking racist. So every time you're defending yourself, you just sound more like just do what I do and just go along with it. Hey, Wiener? I perform under the name Wiener. Like, you know what, Wiener? What you just said there, man, that was pretty racist. I'm like, yeah, you know what? You might be right. And then we just go about our day and have a good time and have some drinks or whatever, man. It makes the world easier. I'm like, yeah, you're right. I should work on that. Thanks. And we can learn and grow and evolve as people.
I didn't know you did say that, man. Have you ever recorded a show?
Yeah, we're still recording.
No, I'm talking about have you ever recorded
I record every set I do. I've done 4. I have them on my channel. They're a part of my Timone Show shorts. I've recorded every single one. That was my closing bit for the last one I just did on Tuesday.
You see how I'm on YouTube?
Yeah, I got them on my channel, dude. last month I fucking bombed really bad, but I know why. Cause I listened to it and my delivery was terrible. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta grab my charger.
Okay.
My dog is mad at me because I kicked him out of my office. I have an angry pit bull. I have an angry pit bull sleeping on my bed.
Right?
Yeah. He's a cool dude. I did a dog walking video with him too, where I'm riding a ripstick, and then he's pulling me around the neighborhood.
Yeah, I think I remember seeing that on my newsfeed. How to properly walk a dog or something like that.
Yeah, how to walk your dog tutorial.
That's funny, man.
And I get the brand of the ripstick wrong. I'm like, it's from like the rollerblade brand or something. And then like right after I get done recording, I'm like, oh, it was a Razor brand. Razor. Fucking like the scooters. And then this little kid, my neighbor brought his son over to my house, and I'm showing the video to him before I posted it. And he's all like, it's Razor brand. I'm like, yeah, I know which way. I figured that out after I got done recording. So like throughout the whole video, I don't correct myself at all. But then in the description of it, I'm like, it's Razor brand. Oh my god, my dog is playing with my mouse. So shit, my screen is going haywire. I have, I have a mouse in my bedroom, a wireless mouse that's hooked up to my laptop. So and my dog it's on top of my bed. So my dog's on my bed, so he's moving around and like playing with my mouse and clicking on shit. And I'm in a whole different room. So like the shit was going haywire for a second. Like no one knows if I'm touching anything or if I'm not, but like the shit just started moving on its own. I'm like, I don't want him to turn off OBS.
What's OBS?
OBS is what I use to record my screen, and it records sound and everything that I pull up on my desktop.
Oh, okay.
That's how I made all the. Huh?
Whatever.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
You go ahead. I wasn't gonna say anything important.
No, I'm saying that it's probably like the longest group call I've ever had, I think.
Oh man, dude, yeah, this is what we do on my show, man. We go crazy and we get off topic, and I do finale verse stuff with Antonio and Jake, and like we talk when we talk about like all the CW stuff, and like we'll just go on and on and on forever, and then we always break into how much we hate Olicity, and then like sometimes we won't even be talking about CW stuff, and then we'll break off into talking like one of the last finale verse episodes. We started talking about Tomb Raider twice in the thing. It was like a fucking 3 hour podcast, and there was like two separate times we started talking about Tomb Raider. And I was like, why the fuck are we talking about Tomb Raider when it's not even a TV show? And it doesn't have a season finale.
Yeah, Jake's a big Tomb Raider fan.
Yeah. Yeah, so we started talking about Tomb Raider twice, and he's all like, Daisy Ridley should have been Tomb Raider. And we're like, shut the fuck up about Daisy Ridley, dude. Like,
She actually would have been a great Tomb Raider, man.
She would have been okay.
Good actress.
She would have been okay. I'm not saying that she would have been bad. She would have been okay. But Dalen just has this fascination with her, and there's all these other stuff. I might end up adding you into that chat because it's just like it's usually nonstop fun in that chat. And then you can fucking become a regular member of the fucking Team Wiener Timone Show fucking guests. Cause I've enjoyed talking with you, man. Like I know you're hilarious all the time, and like online and shit, dude. And you like come up with some fucking fantastic jokes, and I'm like, fuck, dude. I wish I was that funny, and I perform on stage.
No, I always like your post, man. You always comment or say some funny shit too, and yeah, man. I always like talking to you about just whatever, or just seeing you on the chat,
No, but just this conversation in general has been fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm usually a lot more. I don't know, man. Like I'm usually a lot more quiet. Like in person, I'm quiet, like awkward and kind of shy.
Yeah.
So maybe it's the alcohol that is causing me to talk more. but yeah, man. I mean, it's like I like this.
I definitely start becoming a better host of the show once I've had a few drinks in. Definitely.
Yeah.
Like I could start asking like real like interview like type questions like I'm goddamn it Conan or something, like.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Like you should like whenever you have a guest, like if you have like for example like this podcast topic was Steve Ditko, right? You should like ask the guest like what was their favorite Ditko creation or.
I asked you guys that stuff in the beginning.
Oh, you did?
I think I might have asked it twice because we got off topic right away, and I was like, "All right, we'll go back. Let's go back to that first."
Yeah, you probably did, man. Yeah, you probably did.
Just like when I was saying, like, "Oh, did you know he made fucking shit?" He's like, "I already said that in this recording," and I'm all like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
Like a lot of the shit was cutting out though on my end, so I didn't hear everything, and like.
Yeah, it comes and goes, man. Like sometimes like I hear you and like it kind of like pauses.
Yeah.
And then like all of a sudden I can hear you.
It's been working better since it was one-on-one, but that's why I usually use Skype, but Nasser refuses to get Skype. And I'm like, dude, but Skype works so much better for my show, and it works better. Like I started the phone call on my laptop. And then I was like, I couldn't hear any of you guys. And then I checked my phone. My phone's like, you're not in the call. Do you want to join the call? I'm like, I fucking started the call. And I was so like,
yeah, Facebook, like the voice calls, they suck.
yeah.
Yeah, the next time we should all do Skype.
Yeah. So like how I'm recording this sound right, I have my phone just right next to my mic. Like that's how I'm recording this right now. That's how I do every show I do with Nasser because he refuses to download Skype, and it just sounds like you're calling into a radio show. That's really all. It doesn't sound bad. It just sounds like you're calling like Opie and Anthony or some shit.
We gotta get Nasser to download fucking Skype.
I don't know why he doesn't. We did an episode on his channel with using Google Hangouts, and that wasn't bad. But I don't know. I don't like to play around with it. It wasn't bad though.
I think Nasser messaged the chat saying that he can't sleep.
Really? Come back in the call.
I think so. Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah, he did.
You got work tomorrow?
No, I have tomorrow off. Yeah, I had today off and tomorrow off. I was cutting down trees and shit all day today, man. I'm fucking... And so I was getting ready to take a shower. And I was like, God damn it, my mom's running the goddamn bathwater. Fuck, she's gonna take. So now I gotta wait till tomorrow, like morning, to take a shower. I'm covered in like sweat and dirt and foliage and it's bad.
Damn, you're doing that landscaping too?
No, it was just in my yard. Like, there's all these trees that have been growing along the fence line of our yard, and I've just been cutting them down because they've been getting bad. And I was doing it with a handsaw because our chainsaw shit out on us. So I've been doing it with a fucking handsaw too, and it's been bad.
Fuck, man, that's crazy. How hot is it over there?
It's mid 90s with like humidity.
Damn.
The humidity enhances everything by like 1,000.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right here it's like, right now it's like what, 92, and I feel like, fuck, man, it's so uncomfortable. Like I have that fan on at full blast, and it's still not doing anything.
Really? But you're a big guy though too. You're a big boy, man. You need to take it. You need to take in all the fucking like. You need to like drink fucking coolant and fucking Freon.
Yeah.
You need to find fucking like the source of like you need to live in the fucking you know when you go to the gas station or the grocery store and they got the fucking the ice chambers like you get the little bag and the big bag. You need to live in one of those.
Right? Yeah, man, it sucks being big, man. This is why I hate summer.
Are you in California or Arizona?
No, I'm in Southern California.
You're in California? Okay. I'm pretty sure out there they don't even sell the small bags of ice. They only sell the big bags. And they're $15.99.
Yeah, they sell like those what you call them? Yeah, actually they are big ass bags, but they're not that expensive. They're like about $3 or $4, I think.
Okay, they're the same price as out here then. I don't know what to say because like I was looking up prices of shit out there, man. I was like, holy shit, man. Like I think it might just be land that's expensive.
Yeah, the only thing that's expensive here is just the fucking rent, real estate, everything in that category is expensive. Like a small apartment, a one-bedroom apartment in a shitty neighborhood is like $1,000, you know.
Oh my goodness, that sounds like Chicago. That doesn't sound too different from Chicago, man. You could like live downtown for like in a like a studio apartment, which is basically just like one room or whatever for like $1,200 or whatever. Or you could like live like far out north where it takes you like fucking $600 to fucking a month to fucking Uber to your job and shit back. Or you could take the fucking CTA, which is the Chicago Transmit Authority or whatever fucking. You could take the CTA with it. CTA is actually pretty cheap, dude. You get a fucking you get this little credit card, and it's like $1.25, and you have like quarter transfers and shit, dude. Like the fucking bus, like the CTA system's cheap, and it works on buses and subways, so it's nice. I use it. I use it every time I'm in Chicago, man. Fucking, but like they didn't have that system a couple years ago. But before you had to go to Western Union and buy like a 24-hour pass for $5. And that shit was still cool as fuck. You could ride the train and shit all day for fucking ride the subways and the fucking buses and shit for free all day, or not for free for $5 all day. And then I wouldn't even use it for the whole day. I'd give it to a homeless dude at the end of the day. Like, here you go, man. Fucking, like, if you need to get anywhere, man, here you go, man. You got like 5 hours left on it. Like, oh man, thing, you know, like. So like, yeah, you could live out like far out north, where it takes like an hour and a half, whatever, to get to work or whatever. You're like an expensive Uber. And we're like it might be like $700 for like a house or whatever. or like a multiple bedroom apartment, you know, like. But yeah, I was looking up shit in California, man, because I was looking through my union catalog of places I could move to that like I could transfer my union and still fucking so I could have a job and stuff right away. I'd have to start over as an apprentice, but it'd be cool because I already know my shit and I'd rank up real quick. So like uh I was looking up places I could move to, and I was looking up cost of living in all the places. And I think I'm gonna be moving towards Ivan's area once I get this injury settlement and like all this other stuff taken care of. I think I'm gonna be moving towards Ivan's area, most likely. We've we've been talking about it a lot, man. He said he can get me a job where he works and stuff too.
You know, over there the rent's pretty cheap around compared to us. It's super. It's like about the same amount of. I think the minimum wage is about the same. You know, just the rents are a lot cheaper.
Yeah. Yeah. I told him, dude, if he ever needs a free babysitter, dude, just so him and the wife can just escape for a while, man, that'll be the guy. Because I'm sure they need it, man. I'm sure they need to fucking just go out there and just fucking escape for a little bit, man, dude. They're.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. They got 3 kids now.
They had 3 kids, man, dude. Ivan's fucking. He's had a bunch of family members die. I don't know what. Is her name Mariah or Maria? I never asked. I never talked to Ivan to ask him. Like I never talked to him personally. We text and shit. We have each other's phone numbers. We text and shit all the time, but like I've never actually spoken to him.
Yeah, he's a good dude. I met Mariah once. I don't think she likes me. One time he was Ivan and her were in town because one of Mariah's friends was like getting married or she had like a bridal shower or something like that, or a baby shower. And I was like an hour late, man. I fucked up and I was like an hour late. And then it was Ivan, Mariah, and Hytham. They were like waiting for me at this restaurant in downtown for like an hour, and I got there late as fuck. And then they were gonna be there for like just a little bit, you know, just to say hi or whatever. And then they had to go back up to that baby shower.
Yeah.
And so they kind of waited that long for me, and then she was like, "Oh, we're all late," and then she gave me like this look, like this, like the like if looks could kill, man, she would have fucking murdered me.
Oh my god, dude.
But yeah, but she was really nice though, like.
So it's nothing against you personally. It's just against the situation, really. Like.
Yeah.
So that's fine, dude. If you guys were to meet under different circumstances, I've never spoken with her either. I don't know anything about her. Like she posts a lot.
Yeah.
But you do definitely know when she posts something on Facebook and when Ivan does.
Oh yeah. Like she normally posts like her doing like hair stuff. Like she does like.
Or stuff with the kids.
She works at a salon. Yeah.
Some of the kid stuff I'm not sure of. Some of the kid stuff I'm like, this could be Ivan or Mariah, but some of them I know for sure are Mariah. I'm like, yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah.
Once I move out there, dude, I'm gonna find out all about their fucking skeletons in their closet, and they're gonna find out all about mine. It's gonna be beautiful.
You're gonna be Uncle Tim to the kids now.
Oh, dude, I'm uncle to so many kids out here, dude. Like, so many of my friends have kids, dude. My buddy Corey, he's been on a couple of my shows. My buddy Corey, dude, I go to his house, dude. He's got 3 kids, and they all just start fucking whooping my ass, dude. They're like, Uncle Mordor, beat up Uncle Mordor. They call me Uncle Mordor. Oh my god, so my name is Tim. And in high school I was going by Timo, not Timone, Timo. there's a whole backstory behind Timone as well, but that's not part of this story. Um, I was going, and then my buddy Corey went through this phase for like a year where he was saying dough after everything he said. So be all, and he always just called me Mo. Like he would just be like Mo, and then he'd be like Modo, and then that turned into Mordor. That turned into Mordor. So he always called me Mordor. And so when it's like so around his kids, he's calling me Mordor, and then like to his kids, I'm Uncle Mordor or whatever, because I'm always around and shit, dude. Like I'll crash at his house. Like I'll be drinking and shit with his wife. Like we'll be up like drinking wine, watching fucking like Special Victims Unit and shit, dude. Like, and then I'll wake up in the morning being used as like a trampoline by like all these kids. So yeah, I'm already an uncle out here, so it's not gonna be any different. Like being out there, like it's just gonna be different kids. So, like they always flock towards me, dude. Like every time I'm at like some sort of like family gathering, or like my little sister had a high school graduation party like 3 years ago, and I was there, and there was a lot of little kids. They just fucking flocked towards me. I don't know why, dude. And they just are like, hey, they just want to hang out with me. So I'm like, oh my god, dude. Now I got to use my PC. I got to transform into like my PG version. Where I don't swear nonstop. I don't swear nonstop, and I can still be hilarious around these kids or whatever, you know. And like I don't know how they know I like Spider-Man, dude. Like I'm not. I dress like motherfucking Luffy from One Piece, dude. I'm wearing an unbuttoned button-up tee with a straw hat and some like basketball shorts and sandals and a wife beater, a gray wife beater, because I can't go shirtless. Uh, or like bare chest or whatever. So, and like I don't know how these kids just know I like Spider-Man and Green Lantern and all this shit, dude. They're if I can start talking to me about cartoons and comics and like all that. I'm like, dude, like what is going on here, dude? Like it happens all the time, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like every fucking child molester probably wishes they were me, you know? Like god damn it. I don't need a pocket full of candy or like like they just come towards me. I'm like, get away, go away, go fucking hang out with the other, get the fuck away from me.
That's weird, right? So you agree with kids, man? That's good. I'm sure that works with like the ladies you meet and all that.
Oh, dude, it definitely does. They're like, oh my god, when I meet a girl that has kids, dude, and they're like, oh my god, yeah, dude. Their kids get mad when I'm not around anymore, dude. Like, I'm like, whatever happened to that one guy, Tim or whatever? And I'm like, I don't know, man. Like, he's not around anymore. You know why I'm not around anymore? You weren't giving me that butt, dude. Like, that's why I'm not around anymore.
That's funny, man. I have a bunch of little cousins, and like it's kind of hard to communicate with them. I'm not bad with kids. I think I'm okay, but like I don't know. It's just like it's always I don't know. I can't. I'm too awkward, I guess. Maybe that's the problem. Like I have like little 5-year-old, 6-year-old cousins, and like something where we can watch cartoons together or just talk about I try to get them into comics and stuff, and they kind of like they seem interested, but I don't know. My awkward personality kind of like I don't know. It just kind of drives them away from continuing to bond with that, you know, with that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I have these little cousins. I think they're probably 16 now. They're twins. They're half black. They hate and love me at the same time because like last year I went to one of their track meets, so now I'm meeting like all their track friends and shit, dude. And they already think I'm super embarrassing. So now I'm meeting all their friends, And I'm like, their friends think I'm the coolest fucking dude around, and they're just like, they're the whole time they're just face palming and shaking their head like, oh my god, mom, why did you bring fucking Timmy out here? Why the fuck did you guys bring? Why did you bring Timmy to the track meet? I'm rooting the whole fucking high school on, dude. I'm rooting. I'm not rooting just my cousins, dude. I'm rooting their whole team. I'm like, you can fucking do it. Then I'm going to my old high school. I'm going to them. I'm like, even though my cousins are with that high school, I'm rooting you guys on too. Don't worry. And they're just like, I'm some weird dude in a fucking looks like Straw Hat Luffy with a beard. The fucking they just like, I'm some weird dude coming up. They're like, all right, go away now. And like, so I'm just going around just being extra as fuck. And like, I have a different type of awkwardness to me. Like I have like, well, I'll just go and be outgoing, and like even though I know I'm gonna be weird and people are gonna be like, get the fuck away, I'm gonna do it anyways just to see what happens. And like,
Funny, man.
I was babysitting my one of my roommate. He had kids. I was babysitting his kids while I was tripping on mushrooms, and his daughter Sanaya, she's all like, you see these two rings I got on? I'm like, yeah, those are pretty cool. She's like, you know what they can do? I'm like, no. She's like, they can power, or they can harness the power of the sun and the moon at the same time. I was like, no shit. She's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, that's the coolest stuff I've ever heard in my entire life.
That's funny, man.
So I just steal ideas I hear from little kids, and that's how I write my comics. It's not plagiarism if it hasn't been produced yet.
True.
No, that's not what I do at all. I started a lot of these stories, or at least the concepts of these stories, like back when I was a freshman in high school in 2001. So like
How old are you, man?
31.
31. Oh yeah, you're 4 years older than me. We're about the same age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old are you?
How old is Jeremy? I'm 27.
That's what I thought. I was about to say 26. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel a lot older though.
Do you? I feel younger than I am, dude. Like, cause now I work at this grocery store, and I have all these young kids. They're like 19 and 20, and then like there's some that are like 24 or whatever, and then it's like a bunch of old ladies, and then I'm like the only person that's like in this in between, whatever. There's like, that's like, what the fuck. And so I'm always working with these young ass kids because all the old people work during the day, as I work nights. I usually work 4 to midnight, and so I'm working with all these young ass kids, and like, oh my god, dude, they always ask me to do shit for them, like buy them booze or whatever, and then I do it sometimes. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude, just like, because I don't want them fucking just, because when I used to buy booze underage. Like when we used to like wait outside of gas stations and just like wait for someone that'd be cool enough to fucking like, hey dude, you want to like buy this shit for us, because that shit's a big crime, like,
Yeah.
and it took someone that like really had some fucking like just really cool and street savvy that really like knew how to do it properly. So we'd always wait around. My buddy lived right across the street from a gas station, so it was easy. We would just like wait outside in his driveway, and fucking like, all right, dude, that's the guy. Fucking, we run across there, fucking hand it like. So it was really easy. We didn't look sketchy at all doing it. Like we were just like loitering outside the gas station. Right, we were hanging outside my buddy's house. So like, it worked out really well for us a lot of times. Or And so like I don't want them doing crazy shit like that or calling some random person. So I at least want them to get their booze safe. So I'll do that shit for them sometimes because like they're gonna do it. You know, like they're gonna do it. They're gonna find a way. It wasn't until high school and shit where I could grow a beard and I could drive to Broadway Food and Liquor where they don't card people. And they're like, "Hey, I need to." One time I did get carded there. It was fucking crazy, dude. There was this whole group of black girls they were just like hanging out at the store, and then the dude carded me, and then I was all like, "Oh, I don't have my ID on me," and I was like 19 or 20, so I was like, "I don't have my ID on me." And then and these girls just went ballistic. They're like, "How the fuck you gonna card this motherfucking blah 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 blah?" And then the dude just was like, he's like, "All right, dude, just take it, go, whatever. I'm fine. Like, whatever. I'm not gonna deal with this shit." So they saved my life, dude. So I love fucking ghetto black girls, dude. They're awesome. They fucking they're willing to help out anybody that needs a helping hand, dude. They're fucking cool.
Yeah, the reason why I feel old, man, because like I said, about half of my friends on Facebook are edgy post millennials, and they whenever they post or whatever they talk about, like most things I can is I have to Google certain shit.
we're, we're technically millennials, though, Derek. Both of us.
Yeah. Well, that makes him what? Post millennials, like Nasser?
Oh my god, yeah. The entitled generation.
Exactly. Yeah. And I don't know, just that makes me feel old. And also, most of the customers that I get here at the shop are.
You're a mechanic, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're usually kids like with the little hot rods, with the little racing cars, and they're all like in their early 20s, or they're barely out of high school, you know. And yeah, and then I don't know, it just like no, it makes me feel old. And mostly like about half of them call me sir, you know, and that's part of it. That's part of what makes me feel old too.
I call everyone sir, and I call the old people. I'm like, hey, like, if there's some old man or old lady buying fucking like a shitload of wine or whatever, like, young lady, are you old enough to be buying this stuff today? Or like, I'll do that, like, young man, can I please see your ID? You know, shit like that. So I totally like kind of like troll the customers like all the time, and they love it. They love it. This some dude comes in sometimes, and he doesn't go through my line anymore because I troll him all the time. He refuses to go through my line. He came through one day, and I'm like, dude, you know what? He's like, what? I'm like, you look exactly like David Cross. If I can. And he got mad. I'm like, dude, your performance in the Chipmunks was incredible, dude. You got to do more work like that. Fuck Arrested Development. Like,
You're funny, man. Yep. See, you have this. See, it works for you because you have this. You have this like really like funny personality, man. Like no matter what you do or say, like it's always some like I don't know something funny about it, you know.
yeah. And dude, there's so many people that don't get that. I have some like lifelong friends that and they still don't understand, dude, that I just really try to come off as more of a like sometimes I do talk about serious shit and if I could put my 2 cents in there in a serious manner. But for the most part, dude, like 80% of me, dude, is just trying to come off as like a more like comedic fucking way of thinking and shit, dude. They're just fucking doing that. And like there's still people that just don't get that. And you've never met me. This is some people I've met and I've known and grown up with and stuff that still don't get that type of shit. Whatever, like, oh, you're an asshole. I'm like, no, I'm not, dude. I'm just fucking thinking about some shit differently. You know, like, and you get this shit right away, dude. Like, this is the first time we've ever spoken to each other, and you get that shit right away, dude. Like,
Yeah, well, I talk a lot. I talk a lot. I talk with. Shit, I'm fucking stuttering. I talk with a lot of people every day, like, and I meet like all types of people, uh, and like it's kind of like I don't know, like I pick up. I don't know how to explain it, like personalities, like pretty fast. Like for example, yours, you're like an outgoing, fun guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I picked it up like just by like the first 30-40 minutes that we started talking with you and I started talking with you and Nasser and that's a cool personality, man. I see why you're cool with a lot of people, man. I see that now.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that because I always hold you in high regards myself, man. Like I always like I always like you a lot, dude. You make me laugh so hard on like all of your posts, like when you're like Nasser's the type of fucking person that fucking hums to the microwave when it beeps and shit like that. Like shit like that, dude. Like I'll just be sitting there in my bedroom or like I like to hang out in my garage a lot. I have my laptop in my garage. I'm watching YouTube and I'm fucking scrolling through Facebook when I should be reading scripts and writing scripts. I'm just chilling. And I see shit like that, and I'm fucking crying, dude. I'm like, what the fuck? How's he come up with this shit? And fucking.
Yeah, it's a lot easier for me to type shit than to actually say it. You know?
Yeah.
You can probably tell by now. Like, yeah, it's a lot easier for me to, like, I don't know. It just.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we grew up in the AIM, the AOL Instant Messenger, and like just when texting was becoming a new thing, and like
Yeah.
me too, I can write a lot better than how I speak. So like I can get my point across and stuff a lot better if I'm writing it out or typing it out or something, and a lot better than if I'm speaking because I don't know what happens. I'm just a whole different person on the keyboard or on my phone than in person. Like uh not entirely because like I can just speak better. I swear a lot less and whatever because like right now I'm just like I think it's just because I can just think about what I'm saying more when I'm writing it or whatever. But I never go back and I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna say that. Like I'll write the whole thing out or whatever, typos and all. Fucking boom, send it or whatever. But it just comes out way more articulate than I speak in real life, you know?
Oh, yeah. Me too, man. Like, whenever I'm trying to, like get at a girl or something, I'm fucking, like, typing, I'm fucking Romeo. But, like, if I'm in person, I'm or, like, through the phone, I'm fucking Napoleon Dynamite, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, yeah, like, I'm just, like, super, I don't know, I'm just super awkward and like, dumber. I feel like when maybe because I overthink, like, everything up, before I say it, and when I say something, it's just not what I wanted to say in the first place.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god. Yeah, but you're always so hilarious. And then another person I really high regards is Hytham. Dude, I always just like randomly message Hytham just to get some like fun facts about shit. Cause I know he knows everything about everything. And I'm all like, so like I'm like, what's like the average cost of living in every city in California? And then he'll send me like all this like statistics and shit, dude. I'm like, all right, dude, thanks. Like he won't get to me right away, but he'll get to me like within a day, and he'll have like all the facts and shit. And I'm like, dude, thanks. You know, like or like what was the backstory on fucking Moon Knight number fucking 55? And then he'll be like, oh, dude, here's everything you need to know.
Yeah, man, he's a really smart dude, man. Like, in person, he's like a lot different than how he is online. Like
Yeah.
he's like super outgoing, man. Like he can like strike a convo. Like I've been to a few cons with him, and he can just like strike up a conversation with someone so easily. He just talk about anything, you know, and continue that conversation, you know, like so casually. And that's one of the things that I admire about him. It's just so easy for him to talk to people, and you know, and not just talk to people but like be interesting too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, so he's a really smart dude. He's a really cool dude, man. Like if you're ever down in Cali, man, we should definitely hang out. Like Python, you, me, and probably Dalen. If he ever makes the drive down here.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, I'd love to meet Jake, dude. I have so much fun with him on my shows. Dude, like, oh, he's a cool dude. Uh yeah, I've kicked it with Antonio twice. He drove out to my old house and then he's drove out to my parents' house last year. Me, him, and Jeremy kicked it. And I experienced two racist events during those. So we walked to this game store from my house. We walked to this game store. We were looking for like some D&D stuff, and then I forget what happened at that store. I think the dude like that worked there would like only approach me and talk to me, and he wouldn't approach Jeremy or Antonio. And then and and then later we left that store. We walked to the grocery store that I work at now. I didn't work there at the time. We're in the liquor department. We're all buying some beer. So we're just gonna be drinking at my house and talking about fucking stuff we're gonna do for the D&D campaign. That Tonio ended up not joining. Motherfucker, he could have fucking Skyped or something with us while we were doing it. You know, like, cause we either do it at our local comic shop or we'll go to like Jeremy's house. We've done a couple at my house. But usually the best spot is the comic book shop because then like everybody just has to ride their bikes or drive like the same distance instead of everyone meeting at one place and like some persons has to drive farther or fucking ride their bikes farther or whatever. Jeremy's house is fun because I can smoke weed there and drink beer there. Cause I can't drink beer and smoke weed at the comic. I can smoke weed at the comic book shop if I go outside. So like I'll go outside sometimes to smoke some weed and shit. But Jeremy's house is probably usually the best. I just don't like having people at my house because it's like I just feel weird living at my mom's and I'm 30. And so Jeremy's house is usually pretty cool because I can smoke weed and drink there and it's fun. And but anyways, what was the whole point of this fucking thing I was talking about?
How easy it is to talk to people, or what was it? I think. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Like, was it?
Oh no, oh yeah. So fucking yeah, we ended up not even doing this D&D campaign. So fucking I hung out. I like so like we just got drunk. Like, me, Jeremy, and Antonio, we just fucking hung out and got drunk. I might even had a fire, whatever. I always just drink with Tonio. Tonio came over to my house the first time I met, dude. I was tripping on acid. He comes over with this fucking rum. And then he ends up forgetting it at my house. And I'm like, well, I'm going to fucking save it for you like, next time I see you. He's like, no, dude, just go ahead and drink it. And I'm like, all right, cool. Like, and that's what I'm going to do. But I don't know. He's a cool dude. I have a lot of fun with Jake. I definitely want to kick it with all you guys, dude. That would be fun. Go to a con or something. Just going out and get something to eat, dude. Like anything, dude. It'd be cool.
Yeah, but man, it was fun, man. We got high as fuck that day, and we ate pizza.
Yeah.
We were just bullshitting, man, like on the couch, just talking and watching. I think we were watching Doctor Strange, and then all of a sudden we were watching Punisher, and we were just fucking, we were just laughing, man. We were just fucking stoned as fuck, just talking shit, you know. It was fun, man. It was. I thought he was gonna be awkward, you know.
Who?
Yeah, he's pretty chill. He's pretty chill in person too.
Who? You thought who was gonna be awkward?
Jake.
Oh yeah, dude. I thought so at first, dude. But we do all these podcasts, dude, and he's one of the funniest persons that I do on my podcast. Like he's one of my funniest guests, dude. Like.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that you met, what's his name? Tyler?
Yeah, dude. Tyler came over, dude. Tyler, that dude, fucking, he's another person, dude. He's way funnier and shit online. Like, but he like shit posts though. Like he like hit, like he's got a really cool, funny sense of humor. But like he's really just like he's really awkward and stuff in person, dude. But he's not like he's still super fun. Like he's definitely he's a pretty fun dude. I really liked hanging out with him. He was a lot. He said he's gonna probably come by again sometime. Cause he said, huh?
Where does he live?
He lives probably like an hour away from me.
That's not far, man.
Yeah. And I didn't know that he was that close. And then I recently found out that fucking Rye lives in like Detroit, and I have a lot of friends that live in Detroit, so like I could easily go out and visit him. That's like 6 hours away driving.
Yeah. He's actually, even though I never actually talked to him on Messenger, like I interact with him on his posts and all that. He's like he's one of the dudes that I definitely want to meet in person.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's just pretty chill.
I've been trying to get him on my show to do like, cause I know he's a big Mega Man fan. I've been trying to get him on my show to do like some like Mega Man, like versus Metroid. Cause one of the people from Nerd Talk with Chris Jones, Zachary Coble, I do all my versus episodes with him. Like today I was originally planning on doing our Boruto versus My Hero Academia Part 2, but he wasn't available today. He had family and stuff visiting. So then I made the post, and then Nasser's all like, "Yeah, let's do a Steve Ditko episode." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that sounds awesome." And it's definitely not a Steve Ditko episode anymore. It was for about 20 minutes. It was for the first 20 minutes, but but here I don't know. Here's the thing, like that's just what happens on the show, man. It's a podcast. I record for usually like an hour or more. It's been how long? It's been 3 hours now, dude. So like that's usually what we do on the Timone show, man. I got like a Joe Rogan length podcast, like a radio fucking length show podcast or whatever, and we just fucking just talk the shit, you know. And that's what happens. But not usually when I do my versus stuff with Zach Coble, like that stuff, like he usually has a time limit. He's usually like, dude, I usually got like 40 minutes, and that 40 minutes like usually turns into like an hour and a half. So like even then it extends or whatever. So that's just what happens, man. Like, but it's usually always geek culture related, man. That's what we do. Like the beginning Timone shows were 30-minute video like talk show style shit, and like that stuff was fun. But then once my webcam broke on my laptop, it actually didn't really break. It just stopped working for a while. It works now. It just started working now. So then I turned it into a podcast format, and the very beginning ones were still about like 30 to 40 minutes. But then I did an episode with Jake and Tonio. I did my first one with them, and that shit was like 4 hours long, 4.5 hours long or some shit. So then I just stopped giving a fuck. I was all like, whatever, dude. Like, I'm just gonna record nonstop now. Like, and I actually had somewhere to be that day. Like I wanted, like, my buddy was DJing at the fucking arcade. Cause we still have an arcade and shit out here. I don't know if you guys have arcades. You probably do. But my buddy was DJing at the arcade, and I was like, "Fuck, I want to go to this thing." But we just kept on recording, and we all just lost track of time. And I was like, "Well, fuck, I missed the DJ event." And then so like we might as well just keep on recording. Whatever. It just went on forever, dude. So like, it was cool.
We're gonna do another one for sure. Like,
Yeah, I was trying to get you on for a while to do some Batman stuff, because I know you're a huge Batman fan.
yeah. Have you ever done a Daredevil one?
What?
Have you ever done a Daredevil one?
No, I haven't done a Daredevil one. No, not yet. We've talked about the show. We've talked about the show slightly, but
Yeah. Because Ryan's also a big Daredevil fan.
oh, dude, yeah, get me, you, and Rye, and my buddy Zach, and we can do a fucking Daredevil versus Batman.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
I'll be on. I'd maybe you and Zach could team up for Team Batman. I'll be on Team Daredevil. Cause I do like Daredevil more. I think Batman's cooler, but I do like Daredevil more, dude. I think his story's more interesting.
Oh yeah, he's a more interesting character. Like, even in a fight, I think probably Daredevil would win. And as much as I love Batman, I think Daredevil would win because of his senses. Like he would sense, like pretty much most of Batman's attacks on him. That's what I think. Because Daredevil has fun like dudes like Iron Fist, and Iron Fist is like one of the best fighters in the Marvel universe, and he has like I think he has beaten him like at least once or twice.
Yeah.
In a one-on-one fight, so I'm pretty sure he can take on Batman.
Iron Fist has been Daredevil a couple times.
Yeah.
I remember the one where Matt Murdock is fighting Iron Fist, and Matt Murdock beats him because he's all like, "You don't know how to use the Billy Club," you know.
Oh yeah. That's an old one, right? Like from the 80s, I think.
Yeah. Oh my god, so earlier I was moving my laptop to pee and I forgot that my beer was behind my my charger cable. And I forgot to unplug my charger cable. I spilled the beer and I have some comic books on the floor, but all of them have covers on them except for one, and that one got hit hard. I'm like, fuck, man. And all the other ones that got hit, they all have fucking plastic on them, so they're fine. But this one got hit hard, but only the cover's bad. And I don't plan on fucking ever like selling it or anything anyways. It's part of my collection, but fuck, man. No, it's not. It's an indie book. It's an IDW book. It's called The One. The cover looks like a Tide, like a box of Tide. And that's what the whole reason I buy it, because I'm obsessed with the whole Tide Pod thing, and like anytime people are buying fucking Gain Pods or Tide Pods and shit at the store, dude, I'm always talking about that shit. I'm like, oh my god, these look so fucking good. I could go for a handful of these right now. So like I'm obsessed with that whole shit because I know it wasn't even a real thing. It was just like a shit that the media blew out of proportion off of a fucking joke and shit. There were some people doing it. I saw a video of a dude doing a dab of a Tide Pod, and I was like, holy shit, dude, that kid. I hope that kid dies. I really hope that kid dies. Yeah.
There was like a cinnamon challenge cinnamon, and it was just.
You're sounding kind of muffly right now.
Oh, you hear me now?
Come again?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, but like before that Tide Pod thing, there was this like challenge of like the cinnamon spoon thing. I don't know if you remember that.
There was all sorts of challenges. There was like the saltine cracker challenge without water. There was all sorts of cool, fun challenges that were like that weren't gonna kill you. It would just make you feel like oh my god, I'm gonna like like I can't do this. Like there's like the fifth like you gotta eat 50 saltine crackers without fucking drinking any water like within like a minute or something.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, so there was all sorts of other safe challenges that you could do that you still weren't gonna, but so then they made up. So there was all those memes with like the Tide Pod shit, what was the cinnamon one?
I think it was raw cinnamon, and you have to have it in your mouth for like a minute or so, and like I think like I've never like tried raw cinnamon, so I'm assuming it's like spicy as fuck.
Yeah, yeah, I can assume so. Yeah.
Like, so yeah, so people like we were supposed to have for like a certain amount of time, and there was a lot of kids trying it, and then there was like a few of them that were actually fucking snorting like it was fucking coke. And like I see some dudes like fucking choking up or something,
Oh, dude, when I was in grade school, there was the pixie stick challenge, dude. Fucking snort a whole fucking pixie stick.
What the fuck?
Kids did that shit, dude.
Crazy,
those kids. Those are the kids that never became cokeheads because they snorted a pixie stick. They're like, no, I'm never snorting shit again, dude. Get the fuck out of here.
So what time is it, man? It's like
Holy
shit.
It's 1 in the morning.
Here's 11. I gotta go to bed. I have to be up at 4. I have to be up like in less than 5 hours, I think. Yeah, less than 5 hours.
Alright. Alright, well,
shit, man.
We can call this episode to a close.
It was nice talking to you, dude.
And what? Everyone make sure to like and subscribe and do all that fun stuff with the click the I guess you gotta click the notification bell now to fucking so actually people see the subscriptions or whatever. I don't, dude. I go on my YouTube feed. I see everybody that I'm subscribed to all the time. So like I don't know. Like and subscribe. Leave some comments below. It was fun having you on, Eric. You're fucking blast. And
thank you for having me, man. It was fun.
Everyone tune in next week when I think we'll be doing the Boruto versus My Hero Academia part 2. That might go into a 3-parter. I'm not sure because there's a lot of shit that I gotta talk about. I didn't get to. I got so drunk in that episode. I didn't get to finish the shit I was trying to talk about in characterizations. So yeah, just tune in next week and we'll see you, man. Everyone take care and later. Bye.